Yeah.
Okay, I've got Liz from Canberra, and Liz says she hopes this would be the beginning of financial freedom. Terrific, terrific. If you don't have a goal, you can never track how you're moving. So that's good. I really love the vulnerability in the group chat. Thank you guys for indulging me. This is amazing. It makes me feel comfortable as well that I've got the right plan for you guys. So this is good. This is definitely good. Guys, if you want to share more, that'd be great. Um,
At Sing Skills, we exist to help immigrants.
no, we can't see your screen yet.
Yep, coming up right away. Amazing.
Thank you.
Just in a bit. Couldn't get started.
Terrific. All right.
Let's do it.
At Sing Skills, we exist to help immigrants thrive, not just survive. We're your GPS to a career and life you love. Whether you want to break into tech, prepare for certifications, build job readiness, or earn from creative and vocational skills, we have got a path for you. From Sydney to Melbourne, Brisbane, UK, Canada, and beyond, immigrants like you are rewriting their stories with Sing Skills. Here's what our students have to say.
I have completed my program as a business analyst and I'm awaiting to start a new job and I'm so excited. I believe this is the most amazing thing to happen to the African community.
Hello guys, my name is Sam Adams. SingSkill has given me in 3 months what my university did not give me in 12 months.
This is how I got my job, is going for it, networking like this, and I had the opportunity to hold the mic like this. I just said my elevator pitch, and the CEO was there and he said, I think I have something for you.
They called me that, they've given the job to somebody else. But I did not relent. I kept on applying. Luckily for me, I think a week later, 2 weeks later, I got a call from Animal Welfare League of South Australia. The interview process, it was a lengthy one. And lo and behold, I work with them now as a business analyst.
Choose the path that fits your season. From tech careers to creative skills, certification prep to job readiness, we've built programs to help you succeed. Ready to start your journey? Explore your path at singskills.com.au because you're one yes away from the life you imagine.
Amazing. All right. So we're just going to get started, everyone. Thank you so much.
Let us get started. Let's get started, guys. Thank you so much for joining. A good number of you guys joined quite early as well, so that's amazing, and that gladdens our heart. So just to set a bit of context, today's session, we're going to be focusing on how you can secure a 6-figure tech career without needing to work multiple jobs, okay? Without having to code or without requiring Australian experience. Someone said in the group chat, I want to learn how I can get a job without Australian experience. Look, you wouldn't have to worry about that, okay? So because that's not a prerequisite for this. And what that's going to look like is, I want to be able to show you how it works, guys. And I need you to pay close attention. I'm going to show you how it works, okay? For you to be able to get that 6-figure job that you're looking for, you need to be able to adopt the 6-figure skills app. It is simple. It is so simple, but you only know what you know. And if you don't have the answer or if you don't know how to get into it, it's going to be hard. So in this session, we're going to be talking about how you're going to adopt the 6-figure skills app, which includes giving you clarity, which includes what type of skills do you need, and what is the hands-on experience that is required of you. Now, in terms of how it works, you can secure one job that pays you 120,000 plus per annum, okay? Or if you let's break it down into smaller figure per fortnight. So some of you lot have an appetite to start to earn upwards of $4,000 per fortnight without needing to work multiple jobs, without sacrificing your weekends, without working public holidays, right? So those are the things. I'm pretty sure a good number of you guys, if I throw a question out there, which probably I should throw the question, how many of you guys work more than one job right now? I have more than one job. Give me a yes in the group chat. I currently do more than one job today. Leave me a yes in the group chat. Guys, I want to hear from you. And it's not a big deal. I had 4 jobs at some point in my life as well. So we know how it works, right? So talk to me in the group chat, right? Now, I'm guessing that for a lot of you guys, this is probably not the first time you're attending a webinar on how to pivot or how to attain success in your career, or probably not the first time that you're reading a lot of information online as well about 6-figure opportunities, but it's just all information. There's no clear pathway. Okay, so both myself and Noah are bringing you good news today that if you have been concerned that it is impossible for you to make 6 figures in Australia without working back to back, without doing night shift, without sacrificing your weekends, your Christmas break, all that, or if you've been concerned that it's impossible for you to get a professional job in Australia, then I'm telling you, it's okay. Your feelings are valid. We're here to explain how you can achieve this. We're here to guide you. We're here to provide you with the support that you need. Now, many of you guys probably have been advised that you can only work within a certain sector, i.e. working as a disability support worker. I know that firsthand because that was the advice that I was given as well when I moved to Australia a couple of years ago, right? Where you only have to work multiple jobs, you only have to sacrifice your family time. Pretty sure a good number of you guys on this call brag about the fact that you got 4 jobs. Most of you guys probably brag about the fact that you haven't slept for days, because that's the only way we know how to make money. We're here to tell you there is a better way, because there certainly is. Like life is much more than just wasting away and sacrificing your time for money. Now, we also have people on this call that have gone through universities or open or waiting for the government. If you ever thought the government or the university have your best interest at that, then that's wrong. Because what happens is when you finish your university education, assuming you even studied in Australia, you struggle to find a job. I studied professional accounting. I had no idea how to put my resume together. I had no idea what exactly I'm going to say to them when I go into that interview. And no one told me anything. I had to figure it out by myself. And guess what, guys? I failed. Most of you guys probably have done multiple applications. You tried to lodge applications after you finish your education, or you've attended countless interviews and no success. Guys, has that ever happened to you? Have you ever had to lodge lots of applications? Maybe you had a goal in mind. Maybe you wanted to do a different job after you finished your university. Guys, talk to me in the group chat. Has that ever happened to you? And then you're like this girl, you start to feel tired. After multiple applications, you're just sick of it. You're just like, yeah, whatever. I'm going to do what exactly is available for me to do. And that's why we're here. That is exactly what we're doing today. So you should consider yourself lucky. We're here to help you succeed. Now, in the next 90 minutes, our goal is very simple. Both myself and Noah are going to help people who are currently feeling stuck in their career. Okay? People who are currently stuck in their career and people who are feeling unfulfilled. Did I say career? In their jobs? People who are feeling very stuck in their jobs right now. People who are feeling very unfulfilled in what they currently do for work, and they would like to understand the 6-figure skills hack so they can unlock a whole new opportunity for themselves. Now, we're going to show you this 6-figure skills framework that took me from having to work 4 jobs within the health sector to now working as a senior business analyst with one of Australia's leading mutual banks. And not just me, but this framework has also helped more than 241 plus people so far. Actually, that should be 242 plus because someone just got a job yesterday and we haven't updated this number. And that's what happens every single day. People are getting jobs. People are understanding the next steps. Now, who exactly are we? Noah, you want to tell us?
Absolutely. We are the guide. And I'm sure most of us, we've used Google Map before, right? So basically, we've been able to use our framework to help so many people, as Taya mentioned, hundreds of people to be able to secure amazing career-changing opportunities. And these are people that had so many doubts, or they were just lost on their way. But we've been able to stand as a guide because we always say that we're just a guide. We're going to show you what is possible, but you need to believe that you can apply our process, right? The belief needs to start from you. You need to believe in yourself that you can explore this opportunity and come out and do great in your career, which we're seeing every single day. And that's why we're amplifying our impact. And we're excited that you're on this call today because you're going to learn so many things across the next couple of minutes that we're going to be chatting together today. Now, over the years, 3 years going, we've been able to work with so many people, right? So we've trained, coached, mentored, supported so many people, up to 1,000. I think this number again is not updated because we've just had like 50 something people join our current cohort that started last week, which is incredible. So if you look at this screen, you see some of the events that we've recently had in Sydney, Melbourne, in South Australia, in different parts of the country where we are sharing what is possible and giving people hope, right? And on that journey, like Tayo mentioned, more than 241 people have now gotten opportunity. Even just before this call, I got a message from somebody that has now successfully passed their interview and at the reference check stage. This is what it's about, right? Every single day, there's something happening. Somebody's getting interview, somebody's getting a job, somebody is upskilling, like there's transformation happening. I want to talk about and be clear about who this is for, right? For us, we're very immigrant focused, meaning we have shared struggle, right? We're going to go into the story of how, we actually started this whole process and the journey, right? So you're going to get a sneak peek of the journey so far. So thereby, this is for immigrant. So if you're feeling stuck in your current situation and you're looking for a way out, that like, oh, what is there? What is out there for me? I'm tired of this current situation. I want a career change, right? This is for you. Or you're like, everything people are telling me, it's feeling so difficult. They're telling me about coding. I don't want to learn coding. Or they're talking about this tech, but I don't want to learn coding at all. It's complex. It's this and that. Do not worry. There's nothing like that here. We're here to help you build meaningful career with the skills that you already have. And that is like one of the most exciting things because, hey, we've taken, there's a beautiful story we're going to be sharing as we go on. But just this week, just a new mom, right, joined us a couple of months ago, maybe like less than 6 months ago, one of our cohort. And our offer letter literally was signed yesterday. And this was somebody that was like, now I'm going to have a child and I don't want to go back to my job. My current job is exhausting. Like, I don't want to be away from my daughter. And she came throughout the classes, the program, the support system with her daughter, right? They went on the journey together. And now she's just signing an amazing, life-changing, I would say, job offer. I would not say life-changing on her behalf. She said it herself, right? And that is what this is about. So it's not for people who are wanting to get degree or certification. So if you want to do that, you need to go to the university or other training, right? This is not a training because there are so many things we can't just, it's not about training alone. It's about mindset, it's about support, it's about building skills, it's about experimenting, it's about having new belief that you can do it. It's about stretching yourself to know what you're capable of. It's about tapping into your potential. So if it's about degree and certification, it is literally not here. We don't do that here. And if you're looking for spray and pray approach or you're looking for shortcut to success, this is not it. Right? So with that being clear, Tayo, going to talk about the big promise.
Exactly. Some of you guys already indicated in the group chat as well what you would like to achieve, right? So the big promise for today is how exactly are you going to turn your everyday skills into a 120 plus career? The reason we've said this is because we believe that you've got skills, you've got transferable skills right now. Whether or not you believe it, that's the truth. Whether or not you currently work within the care sector, whether or not you currently work as a teacher or a nurse or whatnot, you've got something that can be transferable into a different, into the tech space. And I, as an example, I'm going to share my story very shortly. That was exactly how my journey started. Okay. So I need you to remember that. Now, guys, at the end of this webinar, we've got something for you. We've got an irresistible bonus for you that we're going to be giving you. And then we got a tool as well that we're going to give you that's going to, if you're currently struggling with job application right now, we've got a secret tool which we're going to hand over to you. But you have to be watching live. Okay, guys, you need to stay till the end for you to be able to get this. I've got a bonus for you, as well as a secret tool that's going to change the game of job application for you in Australia. And I can, that one, I can guarantee for sure. Okay, so let's close out all distractions, guys. This strategy quite literally is going to change your life. Now is not the time to be scrolling on social media. I know there's a lot of distractions. Think about it. Before you came on this call, you're probably on social media. Now that you're here, you want to give it your utmost attention. So log out of all social media. There's no need to come in there. There's no need to be on social media. Just stay with me, okay? Stay with me. All right, let's get started. When you think about what exactly, like, what is Taya's journey and why does she keep saying, I'm going to share my story, I'm going to share my story? How come she can relate to working multiple jobs? Guys, I can. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a backstory. You guys are so lucky because I don't share this story very often, but I want to share it with you guys just because you're on this call today and you decided to spend your evening with us. Look, this was me on my way to Australia. Now, I say with hopes and dreams, that's just to make this look very pretty. To be honest, I had no plans. I had no real goals coming into the country. I just wanted to have some fun, do my education, study, yada, yada, yada. You know, one of those girls that daddy sends abroad to study and you just really don't have a concrete plan. So I came into the country, I was doing my thing up until a situation happened where my dad had quite literally calculated my tuition for 2 years and he saved it in the bank. So this girl is never going to struggle. I'm just going to pay her tuition. But then there was this crazy inflation. By the way, I'm Nigerian. If you couldn't tell from my accent, I'm Nigerian. We had this crazy inflation at that point. So that means all the money that my dad had saved to sponsor my education meant nothing. So I had to be a big girl and start working. Okay. Now I started to ask questions. Oh, is it possible for me to get a job as a teacher? Or is it possible for me to, get a job as a customer support person, officer, whatever? Like just get something in the office and actually start working. And everyone had this very, very funny expression to me asking those questions like, I'm sorry, like, how long have you been in this country for? What do you mean you want to get a job as a teacher? What do you mean you want to get a job as a customer support person? No one's going to hire you. That's not what we do in this country. And I'm thinking, okay, so what do you guys do? Because I need a job. I need to work. I need to pay my bills. And I said, well, most immigrants in the country work within the health sector. Okay, what does that mean? I don't have any nursing background, but you're going to work as a support worker, or you're going to work as an aged care. And I thought, oh my goodness, what does that even mean? I went online, checked the information, and I was blown. My mind was blown. I was like, Jesus Lord. But you know what it is? You have to do what you have to do. And I did do what I had to do at that point in time. And that's me. If you take a closer look at that picture, you can see those are two different uniforms. That means I had two different jobs. And this is just the pictures that I could find. I know there was a point where I've got 4 jobs. Guys, if you're on this call, and you currently have more than one job, can you give me a yes in the group chat? I want to hear from you. I want to see if there's anyone like me on the call that at some point or currently is working more than one job. Guys, if you have more than one job, just leave me a yes. Or if it's a no for you, yes, that's fine. Then congratulations, you're lucky. You're not in the trenches like I was, because I was in proper trenches. I had multiple jobs. Adewale says yes, exactly. You guys, there's absolutely nothing. Yeah, Cassiano says yes. I know it, right? So I had to do it because we know working one job was not going to pay the cost. I was paying what, $4,000 for one program, one course. I was in University of Newcastle. So the money needs to come in. And that was me. And one thing for me is I'm very I love to do things with my hands. So I decided, okay, well, on the side, as I'm doing my different care sector job, let's delve into catering. Actually, this one, I have passion for it. I love it. Again, because I thought about the future of me working within the health sector. It did look good, but again, the stress involved. So I thought, let me do something else where something that I have passion for. So I delved into catering. And of course, if you know anything about catering, you know that's insane crazy. That is intense. I did catering as well, which was really interesting. In between working multiple jobs and doing my catering job as well, every single time I'm running on zero sleep, guys. I am running on zero sleep. And most of my chats, if you look at the screen, no, I've went to the other slide. If you guys take a closer look at this chat, so this was me having a chat with my boyfriend at the time, but I don't think I was dating him at this time, but anyway, as my friend at this time. So can you see what I said in there? I said, can you tell that I haven't had an 8-hour sleep in 3 days? Guys, when I read this in retrospect, it blows my mind, because what the hell is that? Who brags about not sleeping, that not having had 8 hours sleep in 3 days? I don't know what's going on in my head, guys. Like, these things are timestamp. You cannot make things like this up. How many of you guys brag about not having enough sleep and bragging about the fact that you're a night person? That was me. Anyway, I used to brag that I'm a night person. Look, I don't need 8 hours of sleep. To be honest, I only need 2 hours of sleep. And this is another chat, right? Saying, oh, he was telling me you look tired. And because you're so used to it, it didn't even mean anything to me. I said, oh, I'm not actually worried. It's not a problem being tired. I'm not worried about the things I haven't done. And if you know what that means, you know that slowly, Taya was killing herself. I was constantly fatigued, even without realizing. How many of you guys have ever felt sleepy while driving? If you've ever dozed off while driving, coming back from work, give me a yes in the group chat. Because I remember driving on that Gosford road. Was it Cassiano that said it was from Gosford? I remember driving on that Newcastle Free Road. I remember praying to God, like, if you save me today, I will not put myself at risk anymore. I nearly killed myself because I had worked lots of hours and I was falling asleep. I was so tired. Jenya says, I pack and sleep for 10 minutes. Look, on this particular day, I couldn't afford to pack because I had an exam. Now, if I pack, I fail the exam, I have to pay $4,000 that I don't have. So I was just like, God, please help me. If you save me today, I'm not going to do it again. Thank you. Thank you for indulging me, Jenya. So those are the things that happen. Like, this is real life. This is crazy. Now, the thing is, even on that journey, guys, and I'm being completely very honest with you, I did not see it as a problem. And if you don't see something as a problem, there's no one that's going to save you. No one can save you, not even yourself, because it's not a problem to you. It is normal. And that was my normal for a really, really long time. Now, I delved into catering. I've done all of these things. I was lucky to have a really great man in my life at that point in time that said to me, wow, like, guys, I'm not talking about catering of like 5 people or cooking for friends. I'm talking catering to conferences. I'm talking catering to like 300 people, in a wedding. I'm talking catering to pastors, like big pastors in Australia, catering to their event, that type of catering. And it looked at me and said, hey, do you believe that for you to be able to successfully run a 200-man event, you're leveraging a lot of skills? I'm like, no, I'm just cooking for them. It's not a big deal. And he started to tell me, okay, for you to cook for people, what's the process? Well, I said, I have a chat with them. I ask them questions. I get into their thought process, understand what their budget is. Who are the people coming? Do they have Australians? Is it just Nigerians? Like, what do they need? And he said, yes, exactly. Those are the skills that organizations are paying for. Your ability to not just look at a problem and say, yes, I'm an expert, but your ability to look at a problem and delve into the details, your ability to talk to people, your ability to your interpersonal skills. For you to get customers, you're definitely doing something right. I said, yes, I get customers because my food is good. He said, well, that's not the only thing. You got a lot of skills in there. Well, I trashed it, just like a lot of information. Like, what do you mean companies are paying $120,000 just for people like me that have got great communication skills, organization skills, problem solving skills? He said yes. And then I asked him, okay, what sector is that? I said it's in the tech space. And the first big question is, I get it, but thank you, God, that's not for me. I don't want to code. I don't have interest in coding. And I didn't, right? He said to me, there's no cutting. Now, even though he said all of those good things, guys, I did not connect to why this was important to me until I had a really, really crazy situation at work where someone spat on my face. So the person I was looking after spat on my face, and that was just the beginning of my I'm done with this. I am done with this. I felt I was making money, but I was poor in every other area of my life. Now, I needed to change that. But the journey for me was really hard, which is why, again, you need to consider yourself lucky because I was the guinea pig, went through all of the different processes, different things that can happen, went through all of the learnings, self-trained, did a lot of training, did a lot of coaching, read my way out of my problem, quite literally. But you guys are not going to have to go through all of those things by yourself. Why? Because you're on this call today. Now, that's me. If you look at me then and versus now, it's two different girls, two different. So from zero tech background, having studied professional accounting, to now working as a senior business analyst in a bank here in Queensland. And that was me with Karen Andrews. She was the former Minister of Home Affairs. You guys can Google her. This was when we went to Canberra to showcase our products. You all know you have no business going into the Parliament House if you don't know what you're doing. So guys, you're definitely in the right spot, and I know exactly what I'm saying. Now, I had a question for myself. At the time where I started to train, would I have a life where I would be a present parent? With the way I was working and working 4 jobs, I don't know if you guys are like me, but I was a 7 to 3, 3 to 11, 11 to 7 girl, all around the clock, just putting all the money, putting all the hours. Would I have a life where I'd be a present mom if I continue to do that work? It's definitely a no. So it's just, there's a lot of stuff happening. And I want to ask you guys a question. From my journey from no tech background to working within the support space as a support worker, to now moving into senior business analysis or within the tech space in a bank area in Australia, there's something in there. The journey was tough, but it was definitely doable. So for you right now, I want to ask you a question. Can you see a life, and by the way, earning in 6 figures, can you see a life where you don't have to work multiple jobs for you to earn 100K? Guys, do you guys think that would make things better for you? Imagine a life where you don't have to work 2 jobs and you're going to earn 120K, 130K. I've got a lot of proof to show you guys today. Guys, give me a yes. Do you think that's going to make things better for you? Liz says absolutely yes. Okay, cool. Guys, I want to know if that's your case. Imagine your life after you know that there are people like you that are securing 130K working as business analysts, project managers, working less time with more freedom. Oh, one thing I didn't have in my journey was the fact that I was one of those lucky girls that got a work from home job. I know that's not very popular anymore, but most companies allow hybrids because I work in the bank. The bank is, they're quite flexible. I don't get paid based on the time that I spend there. I get paid based on the value that I deliver. And it's nearly the end of the year. I can categorically say I've only gone to work like twice this year. And those 2 times were to send forth some of my colleagues that were moving on to a different role or they were doing stuff. So it is possible for you to work less time with more freedom and get more money. That is for sure. But there's a secret to this, guys. There is definitely a secret to this. And that is exactly what is going to become clearer to you guys on this call. So very quickly, Noah is going to run us through these 2 secrets, which has helped me, not just me, helped a lot of people to support you into getting into a job that does not require you to trade your time to get more money. All right, now let's get into the secret.
Absolutely. So we want to share the secret that has turned Tayo to a powerhouse, I would say. Because very recently, I know she would not talk about that. She was nominated as the emerging leader in our organization. And if you understand what that is, if you think about a bank where there are like more than 2,000 staff and somebody that transitioned a couple of years ago, going on that journey to being recognized as an emerging leader, I think there was only like 9 of them in the whole bank. That is an incredible recognition. And as a Black woman, that is fantastic, achievement. I'm very proud every time because these were the conversations that I was having with Tayo, many years ago, and every single minute it is still true today because we've now shared the same story with so many people along the journey since we started Sync Skills, and that's how lives has been transformed. And we want to share the same with you, right? Hopefully, that you then have new belief to see what is possible in this country. There are a lot of opportunity, but only when you know what is possible. Now, the first secret we want to talk about is that there are organization, companies that would pay you upwards of $120,000 to add value to their work, right? To hire you, and all you need to do is actually use your everyday skills like communication, documentation, and I will show you proof of what that looks like. The second secret is that we can show you exactly how to secure a no-code job opportunity here without you going to do any other expensive degree in university or spending, $50 to $80,000 on that quest, right? So those are the key things we want to discuss, and hopefully you stay to the end because hey, we've had these conversations with so many people over the years, and it has changed their lives. So what we're saying here is going to change your life. So definitely want to stay to the end. So now talking about the first secret, like how can you turn your everyday skills like communication, documentation, active listening, all of these things into six-figure opportunity? I don't know if you caught part of it from Tayo's story, but it was a year-long debate, like talking about it and having conversations. And I know you may be there right now feeling like, oh, what does it mean turning your everyday skills, right? But we want to talk about Omar, right? This is Precious Omar, because Tyra shared that story. For you to know that it's not just Tyra, it's like 241 people. If you think about fitting 241 people in a room, it's a lot over the years. So testament to what we've done so far. Omar was a registered nurse, or is still a registered nurse because she still got a license, right? But she was burnt out and she wanted a change. Now she's a senior business analyst working. This is her offer letter. This is like the offer letter proof for you. And this is what she said. She had to say, you can read it, you can see what she said. She said, thank you so much. It feels so sorry. Everything happened so quickly. Still haven't found the right words, but I'm grateful to God Almighty. To Sync Skills indeed is faithful God, but we're people of faith anyway, so we always attribute everything back to God. But the point here is that Omar believed that she could and went on that journey, right? And turned that into an opportunity for a life-changing opportunity. Now, if you follow our podcast, you would soon see the video where she went extensively talking about her journey and her story, and the pain of being a registered nurse, working and being exhausted every time. Now, many immigrants have used this same process like we're talking about that Omar used as well to turn their soft skills into six-figure career. And here is how. The first thing you want to do is to identify these soft skills, right? So when we talk about everyday skills, first thing you want to think about, what are these everyday skills? These are communication, problem solving, leadership, teamwork, adaptability, time management, and many more. Interpersonal skills, many, many more. The good news is we've all got varying level of these skills. Obviously, we can improve, right? Yeah, maybe communication that you want to improve, maybe your writing or your speaking, maybe leadership, it may be problem solving, but we can all improve. But the good thing is that you've all got communication skills. Now, when you know that you've got all these skills, how does these skills actually help businesses or companies actually solve problems? Now, I'll tell you what, the origin or how you solve problem in an organization is through communication, right? You got to engage so many people because the nature of working is that you engage with different stakeholders and understand what needs to be worked on, and then even when you research things, you need to then communicate to them as well. So communication helps you engage people to be able to solve a problem. And problem solving is like the key tenet of why business exists. Look at all the business that you see around today. They are all solving one problem or the other, right? So if you think about Coles, what is Coles solving, right? They want to make it We want to make goods and services, everything we need, everyday things that we need, close to us, so we can access it. Now imagine every time you need toothpaste, you need to import it from China. That's crazy, like the wait time and all. So Coles is solving a big problem for every one of us. Woolworth, same, all these companies. So think about it. At the core of it, for you to add value to an organization, you've got to have problem-solving skills, leadership. Now, can they trust you to solve problems for them without them micromanaging? Like, where is this thing, Tayo? Oh, we gave you this thing to deliver. Where is it? Where? And there's some of us that are quite like that. You need to be supervised. But those are the things that obviously we can improve. But the key thing is that if you are maybe you're head of choir or you're part of the choir or you're event planner or you're the one that people always call to in your family, like you show leadership in your family, or you're a parent or you whatever, I think that there's different scenarios where we all are required to use our leadership skills. So that's telling you that you definitely have those skills already, right? So why do these things matter? So to show you more evidently, this is a typical job from SEEK, for example. We would say business analyst job. And that was my argument with Tayo many years ago. Like, so these skills that you're having, cooking and managing people, and as you're doing support work, you're caring for patients, you're talking to them, you're managing stakeholders, you're updating their case note or their plans, care plans, you understand what their needs are, you administer medication where required, you make meals for them. All of these things require communication, engaging with people, collaborating, creating documentation. All of these skills are equally important in another industry, professional corporate Australia, where they will pay you upwards of $120,000. Of course, sometimes there's if you don't believe something, you don't believe it. Like you just like, oh yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. It doesn't make sense. And I understand if some of you are like that right now, but hopefully you understand, like, if people have gone through this process and they believe and they've changed their story, then it is true, right? That is the way you should start to think about. This is a typical job of a business analyst on SEEK, for example. And if you look closely on things that I've marked, so first, business analyst, right? This is how it displayed, and we're going to show you on SEEK as well. So these are business analyst role. If you look at the typical like key accountabilities or what we call job descriptions and what is required for the job, you see a lot of engage stakeholders. You see a lot of facilitate workshop, document business process, meaning documentation, planning. Many of us plan today. We plan our finances. We plan our activities, right? Monitoring, reporting. You create report, to gather, to analyze, communication. You can see essential communication skills. Now, just to show you, so you don't say, maybe it's AI generated or no, it's like making this up. This is SEEK, right? And if you see business analyst role, you can see different opportunities here, right? What they are looking for. And by the way, key number, almost 9,000 job, right? 8,808 job available. That's just to break some myth that people have, like, there are no opportunity. So let's take this job, for example. Those things that I'm talking about, you can see here as well. What do they want? Facilitation, collaboration, right? You will see communication somewhere, right? See, skills in facilitation, requirement gathering, blah, blah, blah. Some of them may not make sense to you, but at the end of the day, there's nothing like coding here, which should break that myth that people have, right? So if you look at more opportunities as well, you will see, although we don't look at 80K job, we pride ourselves on six-figure opportunity, $120,000, and we position all our learners to be able to get those opportunities. Like, this is our ideal job, 130 to 160,000. And what are they looking for? Same thing. documentation, eliciting, documenting, you can see supporting, working with teams, right? Conducting vendor analysis, that's like, workshop. You literally can see excellent written, interpersonal, and communications. You can see what I'm talking about. Right? So that is the core thing that you need to take out of what I'm saying, that your everyday skills like communication is vitally important. But of course, you still need to do a few things. Basically, you need to learn the technical skill of the role. Like you still need to learn what does a business analyst do and marry it with your transferable skills. Now, let's talk about what this thing I just did now. I've done it anyway, meaning go on Seek, do this activity I just did yourself. Do it for PM roles, do it for project management, product owner, change manager. Just see what they're looking for. That activity will help you fuel your belief that, oh, actually, not all tech roles require you to code, right? There are dedicated roles that require to code, but I think that the movie industry have made tech look like, oh, somebody's sitting in front of a computer and just code, and people feel like that is the whole idea of what tech is about, which is false, right? So another key thing I want you to know is just fact, because we want to be showing you proof, fact, so you know what is possible. In Australia, just about 3% of African immigrants are working in tech. This was a result done by Tech Council Australia, and basically they do research about what the industry landscape looks like. And that was sad for me, because especially when Africans are really gifted, many of us have come here on master's, BSc, some of us even have PhD degrees, and yet we see so many people underworking, right? They're working in industry where their skills not matching up, right? I said to myself and Tayo, like, hey, now you've achieved your transformation. How can we then support more people, to change the story of this number? And that's how we've gone through the journey. We've helped so many people across the world so far, and that's how we've been able to get so many success stories, and we're tracking that number. But based on what I've said so far, how many of you are starting to believe that, yes, actually, I think based on what I've shown, I have some skills that can help me develop a six-figure career? Put in the chat, like, yes, I'm getting this. This is making sense. Yeah. Let me know in the chat, please. Yeah? Please. I need to know. Yes. Is it making sense for you? Right? Yeah. All right. Thank you. Love that. Thank you for that. Now, these are people that have gone, like, they've gone on the journey with us. They are like, oh, yes, I agree. Just like some of you are saying, yes, today, I'm getting it, right? I can tell you a lot of all these people are working in tech right now. A lot, right? They're already changing that. And this is not just about tech roles as well. You see, this is, if you look closely, this is Pilot. Pilot is a pharmacist, right? He came in, I remember having a chat with him, and was like, Noah, I've heard great things about Cynthia and what you do and everything, but I'm a pharmacist, right? I've done this all my life. Do you think I will ever be able to then get a tech job and all of that? I told him, hey, this is not really about just tech job. It's you becoming a different person, that is so skilled that companies will be begging you to give you this six-figure offer. Here, this is a public review, by the way. This is, if you check SynSkills and check reviews on Google, you will see. And as there we took this like 2 weeks ago, so it's not 4 days ago anymore. But just read this for you to understand. This person did not get a BA job, but got another corporate job. But the important thing is that he applied all the skills, techniques, support system that we have, and companies were begging him to take their money. Like they were saying, offer. 3 offers he got, and he had a headache, like, which one should I choose? Eventually he settled with one. But imagine being so valuable that companies are like saying, take our money, 6-figure offer. And Pilot is not alone on this. We're going to show you more people that had multiple offers and they had to turn down so many. But we always say something, right? So I showed you earlier that almost 9,000 jobs on Seek, for example. Think about it. How many do you genuinely need to change your life, to change your situation, to stop working 4 jobs or 3 jobs or 2 jobs? Weekend, you don't sleep, you don't rest, you don't go out. Public holiday, same thing. December, if they don't give you shift, you're worried, like, Christmas rate, all those things, right? That's not the type of life we want you to be living, especially if you didn't set out to come to this country and say, I want to build a career as a support worker, right? Or I want to work below my skill level, right? We want you to have impact more than your paycheck alone. And that's why we say, yes, the first attraction may be, I want to get a 6-figure offer that gives me flexibility, and I want to, work professionally. I want to have remote opportunity. I want to have flexibility. But for us, more importantly, is the impact you start to make and changing the world, right? But if you're constantly in survival mode, where you're like, I'm just about getting all the shifts so I can make money, you will not have the headroom and space to think about what impact am I going to make into the world, other than just I am chasing my own paycheck alone. What impact are you going to make? What is the legacy? Nobody will remember you for working plenty shift and making all the money for you and your family. But if you've got skill set, right, that God has given all of us literally, and you're keeping it dormant, that is a disservice to the world, right? So we want to think about that. The other thing is that you need to then audit your experience. So have I got, whatever you're doing, what experience do I have? Like somebody called me yesterday, like, oh, I'm a telecom specialist. No, do you think this will be possible for me? I'm like, yeah, there's Lola work in Etisalat. For people that are not Nigerian, it's a telecom company, Nine Mobile. For many years, came here, did support work, was tired of it. She left support work and said, I'll join this program. And now she's a manager, senior business analyst, working in Victoria. That's transformation we're talking about. So whether you're working in disability support, youth work, customer service, accounting, finance, sales, whatever, even if you're a janitor, but you're ready to learn, right? All your skills are relevant. All you need to do is audit them. When have I worked with a team? When have I solved problem? Or have I applied to a visa, evaluated requirement, and piece it all together? Piece my documentation, right? When have I led an initiative, whether personally, in church, in your family? All these things are useful experience. And even if you're like, oh, I don't have any experience, which is going to be shocking. I don't have any experience in the world, meaning I've just been in a vacuum all my life, right? Then that's okay. If you join our system, you will gain new experience that will help you, right? The other thing is now having the humility to say, yes. Now, so we've talked about they can pay you for your soft skills, right? And then your experience is relevant. But then obviously, the reason why you can't just go today and get a job, that 6-figure offer, is because you've got gaps. You've got to close the gap. Tayo, when she had the experience on the job, when she was literally attacked, she connected to her why and said, well, I can't change this participant that have done this to me. I will change myself instead. And literally had to quit her job. I remember it was drastic. I was like, oh my God, why are you crying so much? You can do it gradually and all of that. She was like, I have no interest. I'm just going to quit 1 month and focus on upskilling. She went the hard mode of, I'm going to focus on, doing upskilling for 1 month without worrying about pay or whatever money I'm missing out on, because I want to change my life. I went through that process. And then when she went back to work and she was building all the other support and skills that she needed, right? She was feeling more confident. Right? So the point here is you will not even need to go through that process. You can still do what you're doing, but then following the right system, right? So we need to identify what the gaps are, because if you're thinking, oh, I've done masters in MBIS or IT or whatever, it's not enough. There's a reason why you're not getting the opportunity. The basics is not enough. Entry level role is not going to save you. Looking for jobs in entry level is even more competitive. So you're not going to get the job. We want you to succeed, right? So then we say, hey, you need to learn the skills, the fundamentals, the technique, the concept of roles like, business analyst, project management, product owner, software testing, business skills, basically. The reason is that these are roles where you don't do any coding, where you already have transferable skills and you have some experience, right? We've talked about that earlier. And you will just need to learn what it means to solve problem in these roles, meaning learn the new skills required, marry it with what you have, then you are more attractive, right? And if you notice what I did earlier, if you go on Seek, for every row, you will see classification, meaning there's a business analyst needed in an accounting industry. There are 6,000 plus opportunity. So if you've got any accounting or financial experience or related, look at this. They are looking for business analysts in this sector, 6,000 plus, right? If you look at even more, like if we even drill down into the accounting, you can see different type of payroll, audit, compliance, forensic, etc. That's just accounting. If you've done admin before in your life, right, you see there are opportunities for you as well. If you've done advertisement, right, art, media, see the opportunity. Banking and finance, call center, CEO, whatever, community service, construction, consulting, right? Design, education, engineering, farm. Look at. What sector do you have some experience, right? Your experience is relevant. Same thing if we do for project manager, for example. Even more opportunity. You can see, boom, 16,000 plus. But you know why? What? This will become elusive. You will not be able to get this opportunity if you don't have the right skills. That's why you can apply all you like. 1,000, you can try. Go on challenge, go on fasting or prayer, go on mountain. If you do not have the skills and know the strategy to position, you're not going to smell this opportunity. Even though we can see it live here, there are 16,000 jobs. How many do you need? One. But that's why I told you earlier that when you have the right skills, companies will be spraying or pushing money through to you like, oh, take our offer. These are some of the people that have gone on that journey. And we have personal relationship with our learners, our alumni, our students, because this matters to us, right? We want to create a change. You can see that's why we can even have WhatsApp. They send us message on WhatsApp and all. Think about it. We are not a training. We always say that. Other trainings will just, they onboard you, you do your thing, take your course. It's about doing that and then they move on. We genuinely care about your success. This is Jim. This is Lola, for example. These are so many other people that have gone through. Kemi, Okpe, all of these people are working, right? That have transitioned. The second secret, very quickly, is how then I've actually touched on this anyway, but like how to secure that no code opportunity, like business analyst, all these roles that you don't need to learn how to code without going back to university, right? So I want to engage you all. So I know if we're still together, right? Tell me yes or no if this statement is true for you, please. All right. So first statement, I do not want to study for 2 years without result, right? To getting that dream job. I don't want to study for 2 years without a result. Let me know in the chat. Yeah, okay, true. Another one, I want to show you why this is important, right? So university degree, for example, this is their price guide. 2025 price guide. If you look at business analyst, master in business analyst, look at the cost. The cheapest is $50,000. Master in business analytics, $67,000. Even with my experience, I've paid torrent before, so I know this. They were sent to me, right? But I paid under different circumstances because I wanted visa, right? So look at the guide, more comprehensive guide. One course is priced at 4,270, 4,007 basically for some of them. The cheapest one is 4,200 plus. One course. So if you've done masters, you know how you pay this money. And at the end of the day, every time somebody came to me and said, hey, no, I've applied, in fact, one time I was lucky, I got an interview, but I was shaky, they didn't get back to me or this and that. I always ask, do you actually feel like you can do the job? And they're like, well, I'm not sure. I can't do the job, to be honest. You know how we do it now. Like, it's just, very theory. Now, if you know, honestly, and you've done the audit, you remember the audit we were talking about, identify your gap, you know that genuinely you can't do this job. You've not done the job before. How do you think that you have the conviction to go and convince an employer to pay you $120,000 for you not to have conviction? That takes me to my next point. University degree is dying. I'm not the one saying this. You can go listen to ABC Radio Brisbane. It's here. Look at it here. I referenced it for you. University graduates aren't work ready. I mean, you have to be living under the rock to know that is true today. So I want to know, even in the chat, I have done masters or BSc in Australia, but I still don't feel job ready. Let me know, yes or no. Yes or no let me know in the chat. Do you feel job ready and you've done master? You feel job ready in the chat? I want to know in the chat, please. That's how I know, we're together. Do you feel like your university have supported you to be job ready? The things you've learned. Yeah? Talk to me, people. Yes, Chris. Thank you for that, right? Not at all, right? That's telling you evidently. I need more feedback. Yeah? Well, Jerry, I'm using my experience. Exactly, right? The things that they teach you in university is a divergent, I tell you for free. It doesn't work. It literally does not work in the job market. You're going to struggle. So people acquire degree, but they are clueless. They don't even know how to write an effective resume to start with, right? This is BB, for example. Same question I've asked BB, right? If a few months, I should say, is it this month or this year? Yeah, so BB finished MBIS from a university in Australia, and she tried every single thing, right? She was even scared of exploring IT role at some point, like, I actually don't feel like I have confidence to do the job. Scared of applying to jobs, unsure what to do with her knowledge or whatever she has acquired. And she was looking for a way out. Eventually, she came onto our program, realized, oh my God, my skill is this skill cannot take me anywhere. Based on what I'm learning, it's night and day. She worked with us 12 weeks to 8 months, all of that. We prepared her. She used our support system. Today, she works with South Australian Police, right? Now, I want you to pay close attention to what she said. Thank you, Tayo. I don't even know how to express my gratitude. God bless you all for all you do. 1 year, 6 months after school, I only needed 6 months with SceneSkills to organize my experience and land my first offer. You can't make this up. You literally cannot make this up. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. How many of us have faced these issues, right? Lack of understanding of a visa requirement and condition, right? So many people, when you even apply, immediately they see your CV, boom, right? You just get that dreaded email, right? Limited network, another issue. You don't have a deep network. How many of you can tell me today that if you're looking for opportunity, you have somebody from working in another company that can make warm intros or referrals to you to help you get a job? We don't have that kind of connection here. Although if I wanted a job personally, because of things I've done now, I know people that will be begging me to come and work for them, right? But the difference is because I've built value over the years, right? I have deeper network now. Recruiters call me and I say, hey, come and hire people in my community, right? But you may not have that. Another issue is non-recognition of foreign qualification. This is even sad. Sometimes they look at your qualification overseas and junk it like it's not relevant. Again, let me know in the chat. Have you faced issue where they are like, you don't have Australian experience, they can't give you an opportunity, right? That is very common. People suffer from that. And when you're blocked, how do you get experience when you don't even get the job? Like, how do you get experience without experience? That's a big question, right? It's a big one. Now, not to talk about the discrimination. You've seen protests, you've seen so many things. Now, those are the guys that are open, but they are genuine systemic racism, blockage for immigrants. Nobody will talk about it, but it's the people that face it will face it in silence. We know because we support so many people, obviously, in this part of the community. So we see the microaggression, racism, and all of that. The other day, I was sharing with Tayo, I was at a business conference and we were doing an intro before that conference on Zoom like this. I don't know, something happened to my audio and made it muffled. So when I got to the conference, I met someone that was on that call as well. Like, oh, Noah, yeah, actually, the other day your audio was a bit muffled. You sounded like a chipmunk. Is it chipmunk or what is that thing? Chipmunk. I'm like, ooh, okay. I'm not sure I appreciate this one. I just laughed it out. But I was really, I was a bit upset, but I didn't let her know. I just came and, I had a chat with her, like, what do you think about this conversation, right? So, anyway, I didn't feel good about that conversation. And that was the one that happens when people, they make it like a joke, but it's aggression. And you don't know the ones that are happening behind you, right? The things that are happening behind you or where they're making decisions is even louder. Those are the things that block opportunity for people. And those are the things that myself, Tayo, the team were trying to fight. It is not obvious. So you can follow me on LinkedIn and see how I'm taking the fight gently to the people that matter, that can help us. Anyway, how do we help you navigate some of these issues? For one, we'll focus on upskilling. We also don't want to be the African in the room or the immigrant in the room that don't know what they are doing. If you face a situation where people are having conversation in the room and you have nothing to contribute, it's an awful feeling. So first thing is recognize our own weakness, right? Upskill. Second, we need to develop mindset of continuous learning. People fail here because there are so many people that stop learning once they graduate from university, and it's so sad. They're like, yes, I'm now a graduate now. I never will read a book again. I'll just browse stuff on the internet. TikTok is my search engine and whatever. Right? So it is important for you all to understand that the person that invests in their personal development, that continuously learns, is a dangerous person. They're going to find so much opportunity. That has been true for me, the people that I serve, Tayo, so many people, right? So one thing you can be rest assured of is continuous learning. Now, if you come into our community, you're going to continuously learn, because that's how you grow, that's how you attract opportunity. Very quickly, you need to identify and build high capacity, high skilled skills, right? So I've shown you like business analyst, project manager, for example, on Seek, and what they are paying, right? Literally, 6-figure opportunity. You won't get it. You can see the salary here. I'm not making these things up, right? This is live. You can do the search. What would you being able to get? Imagine you get $1,000 per day. Now remember when Tayo was earning 800 per day in her first role? She would come to me and say, "No, I'm not sure I'm doing something right. Like I've just done 2-hour work, 1-hour work today, and I'm going to get paid this money," right? It didn't make sense because she's been used to trading her time for money, shift. So it doesn't make sense when she does a 1-hour job that is good and she has the rest of the day and still get paid, right? So look at the salary, for example. Some of contract roles, you can get 800 to 1,000, even 1,000 plus. See it here. I'm not showing you dreams or pipe. Look at it here, right? Project manager, but you cannot get this job if you are not skilled. It's as simple as that. Yeah? So what are the skills you need? You need to learn so many. We can't go and be talking about the things you need to learn on this course. It's not possible, right? So, but you need to learn frameworks, tools, techniques, skills, concept, and some roles, some high growth role that I mentioned: BA, Scrum Master, Product Owner, Project Manager, Project Management. These are secret, I'm telling you, right? Now, when you join our program, remember I said it's not a training, you will develop competency around all of these skills plus AI. AI is changing the world now. So basically, we don't focus on, oh, just learn business analyst or Scrum Master or this or that or that, right? We think about it this way. It's about opportunity, right? So for example, Tayo, last week, our project manager on a job went on leave for 3 weeks for like, I think last month, right? And she is a senior business analyst, but she stepped into the role, did the job of a business analyst, project manager, tester, change manager at once. No problems. 3 weeks leave. The bank would not obviously go and hire a new project manager, and there's already constraint on resourcing, so there's no one to actually go bring about. She showed extra value by being able to handle those roles. So for us, the way we think about it is, how do you learn the core skills that allows you perform any of these roles? So when you get on the job and they're like, oh, we also need you to do Scrum Master, even though you're a BA or change management, you're not like, oh, I don't have the skill set. No, you're able to do these things, not to strain yourself, but to prove extra value wherever, be dynamic, to attract more opportunities, promotion. And that is why, for someone like Tayo, she gets promoted every 6 months. Lola, Shima, so many people like that, right? They get promoted because they display skills and competence, right? This is Rachel. Oh, this will not allow me to play. Right?
Okay, Tayo,
All right, this is Shima, for example. In we don't have time for the video now, but this is Ope, Rachel, who is here? Glory, and on the video,
okay,
there's
Tayo,
you can see how many people are on the video. All of them work in tech. Now let's talk about Pius. Pius was working multiple jobs as well, sick and tired. He came he came, he wanted to be more, right? He joined our program. Today, again, he works with South Australian Police. Well, I don't like going to police station. It's not police station they work, but they are working with police. So assuming I'm living in South Australia and I have fine, I may be able to tell them, hey, what can I do to reduce my fine? Anyway, I'm kidding. I just got a fine driving. I wish I had someone in Queensland working in the police. But what do people actually do wrong? Now, this is very prevalent. What people do wrong when they were trying to get a job, they go learn some very technical rules. I see so many people still ask me today, I want to do cyber security, data science, software developer, I want to do DevOps, this, that. The reason why we don't actually support these roles is because of our focus on the outcome, right? We want to get you into this career as quickly as possible in a way you can leverage your experience, your soft skills. We've talked about that before, right? But we don't also want you to end up in entry-level roles where you now start to get between 50 to 60K or 70K, and then you still go back to do support work to shock it because hey, it's not enough money for you. So you're back to the trenches. We want you to get roles that you're deserving of. But the frank truth is that people will not tell you the truth. For you to become a cybersecurity specialist that can earn $120,000, you need to have at least 3 years, 4 years, 5 years real experience, right? So this is not easy roles to just transition your experience because there are very technical stuff that you need to learn. And people that want to just sell you a course, we just tell you, no, cybersecurity, no, this and that. You will get into it and they start to tell you, learn R, Tableau, Python, you learn Python, right? You learn Linux. All these things may be Greek to you. You start to see it and start to get overwhelmed because you're trying to learn, you see shift, you need to go. Maybe you have family, you have so many kids, family and other concerns to attend to. Where do you have time? Is adult learning. If you are a new person going for your BSc or whatever, you can go and do this. I would say go and do these programs, right? But you're doing adult learning where you have family, you have your hobbies, you have to make money, and you now want to learn technical things. That is why people struggle. Plus, you now want to explore entry-level roles. Maybe all said and done, you did it. You're not like, I struggle to get entry-level roles. Or let's even say, what best case, you got the entry-level roles. They give you 60K, like I mentioned. It's not enough money. You're back to it's not exciting to you anymore, right? So, and by the way, AI is replacing entry-level roles. So you're going to be found out very quickly. So what we want to say before we get into the next step is we don't directly give you a job. We always are clear on expectation with everybody we work with. Our program is not designed to directly hand you a job, but we guarantee that we're going to be there for you, right? But we're not guaranteeing it's going to be 6 months or X amount, right? This is Takunda, came on the program as well. Actually, we were sharing the same gym. I met him one day and he was like, hey man, it's good to see another black man here. What are you doing? He told me he was a software developer, but now I work in support work. I'm like, what the hell? What are you doing? Right? I had a chat with him. Hey, join. Of course, we're just meeting. There wasn't trust. It took a while. He joined. He was like, I wish I just listened to you the first time. Like, yeah, I know. It's okay. Take your time. Look at what he said, right? Eventually, he said, thank you so much, Tayo. I'm deeply grateful for all the effort you and the team have put into helping me change the course of my life, right? Because of your support, I can now dedicate my weekends fully to my family. Free from the stress of weekend shift, it means more to me than words can express. Please keep doing the incredible work, blah, 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 right? Keywords there, right? That is what this is about. Now, how many of you believe that you still need multiple jobs based on what we've been talking about to get that six-figure career, based on what we've talked about so far. Let me see your comment in the chat, please. Are we together? Yes, no, you don't, right? Oh, Adewale, you still believe you need to work multiple jobs? Oh, okay. No, you don't. These are sample job offers. Again, many people have got this job offer. And very quickly, if we show you, because of our time, so a support worker, for example, let's say you're working basic hour, you work 40 hours per week, you may earn like 2,005 per fortnight. It comes down to like 60 to 75,000 per year. When you do double, because obviously this is not enough for many of you, you do double. Now you now work 70 to 80 hours per fortnight, per week, right? To earn like maybe 4,600 or whatever. And now there's no more rest. There's night you don't sleep, weekend you work, public holiday you work, Sunday you go to work, every time you just work, right? To eat something like 120K. This is somebody that joined our program, for example, working in tech. Now they work less than 40 hours a week. They earn 4,343 per fortnight. Work from home, right? They have the opportunity to work from home around 120 to 150,000 per year. So I'm not telling you fairy tales, right? If you calculate the cost, if you've ever sat down and really literally calculated the cost of the job you're doing on your life, you will know what is the cost of the emotional toll you face on the job. What is the cost of freedom, trading your time for money? What is the time flexibility, growth, career progression? What is the cost of you not harnessing your unfair advantage? Health crisis. All of these things are things that you need to calculate, right? This is, if you look at this arrow, this is an offer letter. Literally an offer letter we're talking about. You can see number of hours per fortnight, see how much they're going to be earning, right? Person upskilled, accounting, studied accounting, join this, and then this is another one. You can see the date, 30th of June 2025. This is the salary, right? So look at the arrow, 4,437 per fortnight. This is the details. So hopefully you already understand what is possible. So Tyra is going to take us on the next journey, right? Going to talk about what we have to offer. But how many of you are feeling this way right now? Like, no, Tyra, you've said a lot of things. Huh? How many of you? Let me hear in the chat.
I'm assuming everyone's fine. No one's feeling overwhelmed.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna basically, we've talked about the opportunity, we've talked about the secret, but we've actually prepared something for you. The same system that has helped a lot of people. Yeah, can you do 200K? Obviously you can. You got to increase your value first, right? So, but anyway, we've prepared an arc that all our learners use to change their life, to get this six-figure opportunity, right? And we'd like to show you the arc. So let me see in the chat how many of you are wanting us to show you this six-figure arc that would help you change your life. So I want to see a yes, 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 yes. If I don't get that, we will just say, okay, that's all. We're done. We've shown you the secret, and then we can move on. So Tara is going to talk about the irresistible offer that we've prepared if you're here for.
I can see a lot of excitement in the group chat. Everyone's like, yes, yes, make me the offer. Let me see. The truth is, if you don't fix your situation, I know some of you lot said, Noah said a lot of really amazing stuff, but not just amazing, it's the truth. It's true. A lot of us go through all of those difficulties. We don't know how to solve it. But the problem is, if you do not fix your current situation today, you'll be in the same spot you are right now. How many of you believe that? Like, if you decide not to take an action today, you're going to be in the same spot. So guys, the exact key to building a high growth 6-figure career while working less and making impact, that's the goal. That's exactly what we're working towards. And let me quickly introduce you to another Think Skills 6-figure hacker. Her name is Yemisi. Now, you need to be able to hack this thing. If you don't know how to hack it, you don't know. You don't know what you don't know. And when you do know what you know, guys, it can cost an arm and a leg. But you're in luck today because you're here. Now, Yemisi was in that same shoe. She wasn't even one of those people that was making a lot of money working in the care sector. To be quite honest, for her, it was hard. So she wasn't getting a lot of work. She wasn't even getting the shift. Anyway, she decided to come onto the program. She had done a program previously. And look, I do not love to talk about other programs because I wasn't there. I don't know what you were exposed to. I can only talk about what I can offer you. Now, she came onto the program, did all of our mock interview prep. Prior to that, she had experienced a lot of rejections. And that's the thing, like, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. I'm not going to sit here and say to you, hey, you might get your first interview. Yes, I have a lot of people that attend just one interview and get the job, but I also have people who have to attend 2 or 3 interviews before they get their job. So we have to keep things very realistic, right? She faced a couple of rejections because of the background she had. So we had to pretty much start from the scratch. Fast forward to today, she works with Queensland government. Guys, you know, I already showed one of our contracts up there. I'm not going to tell you which one of it, but it's the one that is more than 4,400 per fortnight. Like, for her, it wasn't even the money. It was the title, Senior Business Analyst. She never thought that was possible in Australia. Now, I want you guys to comment yes if this is you. You want to be able to get a call back from job application without feeling ghosted. I know some of you lodge applications today and no one's calling you back. It's all crickets. Guys, give me a yes if you would love to lodge an application and actually have someone call you and be like, hey, Liz, I've got a 6-figure job opportunity for you. This is an opportunity I want you to catch. Yeah, it's a lot of you guys. How many of you guys would love to attend an interview feeling confident, feeling like, guys, if you guys don't give me the job, you're at loss. If you guys don't offer me this job, it's your own loss, right? Guys, these things are real because that's exactly what Think Skills students get. They go to an interview with their head up high, knowing that they're going to be the best for that job. And if they don't hire them, they've just lost a gem. How many of you guys would like to feel like you're not doing this alone? I shared my story with you guys. It was a lonely road. Yes, I came out of it extremely successful, but it was still a lonely road. So many of you guys would love to be in a community where someone's checking in with you, where you have other people to work with, where you have people that are feeling the same way, people who understand your story, to go on the journey with them. Many of you guys would love to go on this journey with someone else and not feel like you're by yourself, like you're taking another course on Coursera, right? Now, I know a lot of you guys, it's a yes for you. Now, why are we the best to go on this journey with you? The truth is, when you've done something over time, you become an expert at it. Even when you think about everyone who is an expert today, they started from somewhere, right? But think about our journey as a journey that has spanned over the years. More than 9 years of experience, a lot of money spent trying to educate people, lots of research. We've failed, we've done a lot of litmus tests, we've done a lot of stuff just so someone like you would get the best of it, right? 240 plus success stories working with a world-class team. Guys, this is more than just a training. It is a transformation. It is a transformation. So I want to show you guys very quickly this very amazing job offer. Now, this person, she never ever believed that it was possible for her to work in corporate in Australia. She did not think it was possible. She came onto the program in January of this year, and now She didn't get one offer, guys. She got 2 offers. Both myself and Noah were preparing to do reference check, only for us to see that they had recalled the reference check. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, what's happening? Then I reached out to her. She said, yes, Taya, I rejected that offer. I was like, yeah, I love that. That's a good headache. Why? I asked. She said, well, I prefer the other company. They have a better culture, so I rejected the other one. Good. God bless. She got 2 job offers, all paying in 6 figures, right in the heart of South Australia. Now, let's delve into the 6-figure arc itself. The truth is, for every single thing that you do, there's got to be a process. If you want to be successful at something, you need a strategy. The fact that when you think about the best or world-class footballers today, they put in the work. Like, they don't just sit and be like, yeah, I'm going to wake up. You can't pray your way. You can't just pray your way into blessings. You need to do the work. Now, the first thing is within our skill up, the core skill system. We call it the core skill system. This is exactly the framework that is going to help you master the skills that will make employers want to fight over you to give you 120K plus. The first one is our 12 weeks of live instructor-led session. I call it instructor-led because this is not one of those ones where they will just send you the program and then say, oh, Liz, go and just watch this. No. This is not one of those ones. So Noah is going to play the video and Noah is just going to.
Sales went up $100 million at the end of the month, right? They are looking at the data and they are asking you as a business analyst, why did we not make $100 million in July?
Because there's no discount in July. Simple as that.
Yeah, that's simple, right?
Yeah, appeal to people. They sold more, so economies of scale. So sold more products at a discounted price.
Yeah. Okay.
People like discounts.
People like discount. Okay.
Absolutely.
That's very straightforward. All right, let's see.
Sorry.
All right, thanks, Noah.
Actually, they're not in trouble because
and you guys might be wondering, why is this important? That's because, again, I had to do this by myself. I had to look at all the materials, try to make sense out of things. Imagine I got an environment where someone just says, Tayo, this is all the information that you need. This is exactly what is going to get you hired. Some of you guys today, you go on Google, you go on ChatGPT, you read every single thing. At the end of the day, you end up with nothing because it is not in a structured environment. And this is why this is important. So 6 hours of your time in a week. Guys, I don't think that is too much asked for. Some of you lot spend more than that watching Netflix anyway. So we only need 3 hours of your time on Thursday. Write this down. And 3 hours of your time on Friday. Now, these sessions are focused on helping you build different things. The Thursday session is focused on helping you build your presentation skills, helping you build your confidence skills, helping you build your problem-solving skills, working in groups with people and trying to see what the job is going to look like. So what we do is we simulate actual work experience. I don't want you to go through what I went through. Now, this is it's going to potentially take you from a newbie to a confident professional within those 3 months. Now, that's not all. During that period is where you're going to get an opportunity to work in small group teams. Guys, the reason this is important is because when you're not working alone, you have people to brainstorm. I literally have someone, I said, Tayo, you know, I was someone else's personality in the last interview that I went for. I just saw one of my group members. I really love the way she delivers a pitch, and I just became her during that interview. And today she signed an offer. So you get an opportunity to see how other people are thinking about things. You get to make friends. And that's the most important thing ever, because you're not working alone. You make friends, you have people that you can talk to, who are going to work with you. Now, you also get an opportunity to defend with the work that you've done. I don't know if Noah is going to be able to play this video, but this is some of our team, some of our students just working together in a group. Noah, do you want to play the video? Okay, cool. While Noah tries to play the video. The reason this is important is because you get to, that's what happens on the job. This is what I do on the job.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon or good morning. We are...
Good morning.
Welcome to our Sprint Daily Stand-Up for the week. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, Grace, our product owner. Thank you, Ola, Abakem, Dev, and
Terrific.
also.
So you see that, guys, they're working with a tool they never thought they could use. And those are the things that you get. So you are not going to be doing this alone. We're going to be simulating the work experience for you. So the first time that you're talking in groups, the first time that you're sharing your screen, the first time that you're engaging people is not when you get a job. You're going to have an opportunity as well to work on real projects and do your weekly assessment. Guys, this is not a university. This is not a school. 130. What we're looking for is an opportunity for you to do exactly what happens on the job, what people do on the job. So you get to work on real projects, real case studies. Imagine having an opportunity to get case studies from companies like Combank, Heritage Bank, Westpac.
Functional and bug-free. The scope of the project must be fulfilled. The project must be regulatory compliance.
Absolutely.
The project must show proper documentation for.
So those are the things that can happen. So they're working on real project, they're working on real assessment. Again, gives them an opportunity to continue to build those soft skills in an environment where they're collecting feedback. People are telling you in a kind way to say, hey, Olawale, this is where we need to fix. This is what you're doing really well. So those things are extremely important. And those are the things that actually make up that skill up course system that we're going to be introducing you to. So adding everything together, you get an opportunity, first of all, 12 weeks instructor-led training. Guys, this is where the skill building occurs. You're going to build your skills within this period. You get to work on real projects and weekly assessment. How good is that? Like, I know that we've put a value in front of it, but trust me, it is not even up to what you're going to be getting. You also get to work within a small group of team project. This one is actually priceless because you're not going together anyway. Even your university just puts you in group and they want to grade you. We don't care about the grades. We care about how you're simulating, how you're working with people, how you're able to manage difficult people because you're going to have difficult people to manage. And then you get expert reviewing your project presentations. So this is not I'm going to grade you 5 out of 10. Again, we don't care about the grades. We care about your thought process. What happens on the job? What exactly are you going to need on the job? So it's condensed to what is required to get you a job and keep you on that job. Now, let me pose a question to you guys. How many of you believe that if you have this type of undoing experience, you build the skills required? How many of you believe that if you have someone doing everything I've just listed for you, you'll be able to build your skills? I'm going to need a yes in the group chat. Tell me how you're feeling. Do you think that if you have someone just giving you, assessing your work, giving you feedback, give you an opportunity to work in a group, then you would be able to build your skills? Absolutely, I agree. Okay, quickly, let's cross over. Let's meet Fadila. Now, Fadila, this one is fresh off the oven. This is literally a cake that just came out of the oven. And this was us, both myself and Noah. If you guys know recently we went to South Australia, actually, multi-city event. We were in South Australia, and that's how with a baby. And guys, what's extremely beautiful about this young woman is because she attended all the sessions carrying this little girl. And we would call her the youngest business analyst because she was so loving. She would just be there, nice and quiet. Her mom rocking her while doing her presentation. Now, when I spoke with her in January, she was working in the aged care, and she said something. I don't want to go back to working in aged care post my parental leave. I want to be able to work in my field. I want to be able to work in corporate. I said, say no more. If you would commit to a system that works and you're ready to learn, you have no issues. And guys, if you would take a look at what she said, no, if you want to over it, look at that. She said, I really appreciate your help and support. The journey that started in January has ended up with a 6-figure offer. Guys, one interview was all she needed. One interview was all she did. She went ahead and said more in the next slide on how she's extremely thankful. Now, guys, remember I talked about group work. Look at what she said. I also appreciate all my members of my group C and all my cohort 11 members. Thank you for making this journey smooth and memorable. Guys, so that means she didn't work alone. All these people she mentioned, Ernestina is already working. Shayla has got an upcoming interview. Z as well, they've got upcoming interviews, and I'm hoping and believing that they're going to get their job offer. But look at all the people she mentioned. Those are her friends. Ernestina started her own job. We're probably going to show a video of her. But really, This is a system that is exactly what took Fadila from working in aged care to now working as a senior business analyst. She shared a story with me. She said, look, I told my dad, your daughter is now a senior business analyst. And that alone made my dad's entire world, because he never thought it was possible. Now, those are the things that can happen. Now, your 12 weeks
about the contract being sent to you, but I was worried about the pressure that can come with it when you're waiting for an offer to be sent. So I was like, oh my God, let me check in with Fadila. But congratulations, like this is insane. Whenever I get an email, like I quickly check. Is it the company? I don't go checking my email. Once it's 9 a.m., any email that comes in, it's like I'm running to check it. Wow. You know something? I just went through a message.
And that was Fadila. So that was Fadila talking on the phone. This was just yesterday, guys. This was just yesterday. So this is fresh off the bat. Now, what you're going to get, again, is you're going to get 12-week skill building. Just to recap, you're going to be able to build your experience working on real projects, working on assessment. You're going to have an opportunity to work with focus groups. So you're never at any point doing this alone. You're also going to be getting expert review of your project presentation, guys. The total value of this is what you got on the screen. Comes down to 6,220. Now that you have the foundational skills, the next question is this enough to get me a job? Like, can I actually get a job with just building those first things alone? Well, let's find out. Guys, comment yes if you want to be able to apply without feeling like you don't have an Australian work experience. Some of you guys have probably faced those issues. Oh, sorry, we only want people that have got Aussie experience. Sometimes even when they check your resume, they say that it's only local experience. They're like, yeah, nah, I don't think this person can, we don't think we can work together. Boa says, yes, I would like to be able to feel that way. Okay, great, amazing. You guys are with me. I already asked you guys if you would like to go for interviews with so much confidence. Yeah, you want to feel like you have so much value and not feel like you're lucky to get interviews. I'm going to get to your question. What happens to those who have Australian experience? It's a plus, okay? It's a plus. It's good. I'm saying if you don't have, you still would get a job. That's the point. So now, what else is missing? For anyone who doesn't have Australian experience and you want to be able to get an Australian experience, our framework would help you to apply your skills, showcase your results, and not just walk into an interview, but you're going to walk into an interview with confidence, feeling like you can do the job. Now, in terms of you getting experience, there is a process around this. The reason employers look for someone with experience is because they want to have a proof that you can actually apply the skills. They want to have the proof that this person can do the job. Guys, imagine you hired someone to your house today and they say, oh, I'm a plumber, but I've actually never done plumbing job before. I just have a degree that I took from TAFE. Would you feel confident to give them the job? No, you wouldn't. So that's exactly what recruiters are looking for. They want someone who has got relevant experience, not just experience, relevant experience to the job. You cannot be applying for a BA job and tell them, well, I have experience working as a customer care. That's not going to fly. If you want to talk to a doctor and they show you their resume, it says teacher, won't you run away? Of course you'd run away. So they want someone with relevant Australian work experience, and we solve that problem for you. Again, I want to show you guys Laura because I want to lead with evidence, right? Let's lead with evidence so we know exactly what this is about. This is Laura. Laura never believed. She was one of those people that would consider herself as, I am not tech savvy, I don't have Australian experience. She's a citizen, by the way. She's been in Australia for a long time. She's a citizen. She's never had to work in corporate. She never thought it was possible. Why? Because when she came into the country, they fed her a lie. It's impossible for you as a migrant to work within the corporate space. Now, she's yet to start this job. You can see I blot out some information for confidentiality, but you can see the start date. She's yet to start the job. She's starting on the 22nd of September. That's the start date. And those are the things that she got that you would be exposed to. The same thing, instructor-led presentation, you build your soft skills. The truth is, hiring managers will hire you will hire someone with stronger soft skills over someone with strong technical skills. Works all the time. Nobody wants to work with a nasty person on the call. All right, let's see what Noah's got for
that you
us.
mentioned as part of the project that you've worked on. Are you able to talk me through sort of like your process, your role, on that project from using the software development lifecycle? So basically from ideation down to maintenance. I'm just keen to know, what your role was.
Oh, yes. Going back on that, as I said, as a business analyst, the business analyst is not confined to one space. You have to be able to interact with every team members organizing a project. And with this, we basically run an agile methodology whereby it's a flexible software methodology design project where we build in iteration and also build on incrementally. And with this, so many teams come.
And that's okay, by the way, during his interview, during his mock interview, he currently works as a business analyst today. So that's the process. We're trying to show you the behind the scenes. Again, this is no magic. We don't do magic here. It's the work. You have to put in the work. Now, with that, you also work on your interview. So you work on your interview skills. For you to go to an interview and present confidently, you need to have a portfolio that works. Meaning, how do you introduce yourself? What types of projects are you going to be talking to them about? How do you stand out? So for us, we have all of these things baked in to what you're going to get. Just imagine, you're going to be able to build your project experience. So you instantly are going there, not trying to look at the ceiling to think about the next things to say, because you've built it, because you've worked on it. So that makes you stand out within anywhere you can compete with anybody. Now, we work with different industry partners. You can see all the industry partners that we work with to help us really that makes us stay competitive in the market. Noah, do you want to play the video? What are you doing? You want to play the video? No. Okay, cool. So for you to have the experience growth framework,
adequate care, right? So, but it's a system that enables all of that. Right, so that's the gist of this company. And the objective of this project, they want to phase out their legacy on-prem system to a cloud-based solution. Cloud is always good because just like you have Google Drive and wherever you are, you just log in and access it.
That's a session where Noah was coaching the team on how to talk about their project in a way that recruiters can appreciate the work that you've done. You cannot want to do this type of job and tell recruiters that you built a website. That's insane. No one's going to take you seriously. When people are working on CRMs, ERP, and all of those systems, so we introduce you to all of those other good stuff. So that makes up your experience growth framework. So the first thing, recapping, is you get your soft skills and stakeholder coaching. You get to build an actual project portfolio that works, that makes you stand out in the market. You get to build so we've got project banks. So all these people that are working, right? We got all their project banks, which we've provided, which is not consolidated into what you would work on, because that means that's a test proven project. You also get to, which I'm going to get to very quickly, you get to see how these things play out in real life, how it plays out in real life. So just to remind you exactly what you're going to get, the first one, you're going to get the Skill Up core skill system where you build your skills within 12 weeks. You get to build your experience on real projects. You get to work within the focus group. Secondly, you get the experience growth framework. This is how you stand out. This is what makes you actually, okay, yes, you have the skills, but how do we know they can actually do the job? So that solves your soft skills coaching, gives you soft skills coaching, solves any Australian work experience that you might be requiring, gives you the industry project bank as well. Tested and trusted, well proven. Now, what else do you need? You have the skills, you have the framework, you have the project bank. How do you actually get recruiters to call you back, guys? How many of you guys have lodged applications and in like 2 minutes after you get, unfortunately, happens all the time. So how do you actually get recruiters to call you in the pool of AI-generated resumes flooding the market right now? How do you differentiate? I'm going to tell you exactly how you differentiate. So we have a proven system that works, positions you as someone that understands the needs of the recruiter. Here's how I like to look at it. Even I say to people, a lot of people do the wrong way to job application. So you guys like use a lot of wrong application. Obviously, I cannot teach everything on this call, but I'm going to show you some of the wrong things that people do when it comes to job application. You use one resume for multiple jobs. I don't understand how logical that is, but you need to stop if you're doing that, because that means you're not speaking to the needs of those jobs. Two children from the same parent, do they like the same things? No. Do they want the same things? No. So why are you treating job application like the twins? You need to look at your application and try and match your resume to what they're looking for. Some of you guys just do resume dumping. Resume dumping, you just throw it anywhere. This job is, it's 1,500. You only look at the money. You don't even read the job description to see what they're looking for. Some of you guys do resume dumping. Some of you are very reactive with your job application. Oh, somebody said that this job is hiring. You just apply, you're not reading. Some of you guys, even though the worst things, you do not apply to jobs. So you just sit back and wait for some miracle to happen. You need to stop, be free. You need to stop. And again, once you've done it so many times, you quit, which is the problem that we're trying to solve. I know we're very poor for time, but very quickly, I want to introduce you guys to a tool that almost feels illegal to know about. This tool helps you to solve all those problems, ensures that you are not just throwing your applications and using one resume for plenty of jobs. This tool, quite literally, looks at the job description, looks at your resume, and would put what is missing on your resume per what the job recruiter is looking for. So if the job recruiter says, oh, we're looking for someone with strong skill in maybe problem solving or analytical skill, and your resume is lacking that, this tool puts it on your resume for you, pretty much helping you to be a perfect match for the job. So guys, take this one. I know I promised you a tool at the start of this session, so I'm just fulfilling my promise. It's going to help you land interviews and job faster. The reason this is good for you is it takes away the manual work of you trying to look at the job and trying to look at your resume. What is missing on this job? This tool would help you do all of those things. Now, hopefully you got the bug. There's a link in the chat as well, so please just copy the link. It's free sign up and get your access and share with your friends as well who are currently applying to jobs. Now, for us, once we solve that problem for you, we always love to start from the foundation. When the recruiter calls Liz or Olawale or David, how do I want them to present in that interview? What are the habits that I need them to drop? What are the habits that I need them to adopt? How do I want them to present themselves in a way that the recruiter would be like, I've been saying not to give Liz the job? The first thing that we do for you is we have another facilitated job strategy session. This is apart from the teaching where you're building your skills. This one is focused on job application strategy. Okay, this one's focused on job application strategy. Now, in this session, we're going to talk everything from what your resume should not have, what your resume should have. We're going to tweak, leverage on your existing experience and see how we can use that to your advantage. So what you're going to get includes your job application kit, okay? So you have a template, resume template, you've got your cover letter, you get an interview guide that has questions, question bank, question and answer, guys. Questions answered in first person, questions that has helped lots of people. We're going to play a video very short. We're going to play a video very shortly to tell you exactly what our session looks like.
Those are the things they're going to be looking at. And dare I say, those things contribute significantly to why they may or may not call you back. Okay? The most technical person or the most technical people do not get the job. The best presenters get the job. Interviewers are not looking for someone that's got 100% answers to their question. They're looking for someone who has got about 70, 80, but knows how to maneuver the 20% that they're not very sure of. Okay? So they don't expect you to have answers to everything. And
so that's what the session can feel like. very practical. The student will do a lot of work in that session. And imagine you're blessed with getting that. Look at all of the results. So look at all of these interviews. Look at all the interview invites. Look at the second stage interview. By the way, this one on the right-hand side that says Grace, we've just completed the reference check. We've just completed the reference check. I'm sure on or before Wednesday, the offer should be dropping. So these are all real strategies that give results, that produce results. They're not just done because they seem fancy. We do them because they actually produce results. Now, the next thing actually makes all the crazy difference. Now, this one is priceless, to be very honest, because if any of our students will attend this session, then they significantly increase their chances by like what, 500%. Imagine you have a personalized mock interview session. Good Lord, guys, imagine you have an opportunity where someone says, hey, David, I want to question you in the same way a potential recruiter will question you. I want you to be able to answer these questions one-on-one in a trusted environment before you go to an interview. Noah, do you want to play an interview session very quickly so the guys see what it looks like?
Working in, where I worked as a lead business analyst for Jackson Solutions. And Jackson Solutions being like a consultant, we had a client in the health industry, community living option, and we were the implementation partners for that particular organization.
Absolutely. So thanks, Noah.
When we were given the contract to go in as a lead business analyst.
So these people I should have, they're already working. Now, if you look, guys, Noah, do you want to go to, can you use the laser point? That's Fadila. Can you identify Fadila? That lady. Remember I said she would typically carry a baby. That's her in that class. And you could see the date. That was June 17, 2025. That's Audie as well. Noah already shared Audie's contract prior. That's Ernestina, who is already working. That's Yemisi as well, who is working. That's Aisha, who is working. There's Lamishi as well, who is working. That's Faith. Oh my goodness. I actually didn't realize I've got all the people on the call. Wow, that's Faith, who is already working, guys. So this was just in June 17, 2025. The reason. Laura. Where's Laura? Oh, wow. And there you have Laura over there, just beside Taiwo. So there's about at least 8 of them on that call who is already working. Personalized mock interview coaching that gives you an opportunity to simulate that interview experience. And the feedback from our student is that, gosh, Tayo, your session was crazily harder than the actual interview, which is what we want. I say, use me as your guinea pig. Let's mess everything up internally. So when you go out there, they're going to see you as a professional. What you're going to get, guys, a recap of everything. You build your skills. Imagine you get an opportunity to solidly build your skills, become a powerhouse. You know what they say? If the foundation is destroyed, what would the righteous do? We'll give you a solid, strong foundation. So when you come to interview prep, you're not going to fall off, because if your foundation is weak, you're going to fall off. You're going to fall off in my interview. God help you, you even meet Noah in that interview, you're going to crumble, right? So in that skill up session, you build your skills, you get the experience, we solve all your Australian work experience, you get your industry project bank. And on top of that, you get to learn how to market yourself like an actual pro. Look, guys, when I attended my interview, you guys might be wondering how we've come about this. I attended an interview at the bank where I currently work. And when they asked me to, oh, hey, Tayo, can you give us a bit of a rundown into your experience in the last couple of years working as a BA? When I gave them my experience, my introduction question, I remember the recruiter mentioned, Tayo, you've just answered 5 of our questions, saving us time. We're just going to ask you about 2 or 3 more questions. And that's what bathed our popular elevator pitch. The same framework that has worked, the same framework the hiring consultant have uploaded is the same thing that I'm giving to you when you come onto the program. Imagine you introduce yourself in an interview and they say, wow, you've just answered 5 of our questions. That's how strong my introduction. Some of you guys that ask you to introduce yourself, you start to tell them when you move to Australia, you start to tell them about your secondary school and the fact that you're really desperate to get the job. They already know they won't hire you from the first few seconds. Some of you don't even know what to say. You're just like, thank you so much. So my names are, like, the way Nigerians say no this to anybody, but please don't say my names are in an interview. It's just silly. They're not going to call you back. So you get all of these things together. They get to market yourself. You get to learn how to leverage your experience and to do all of these things, right? And just imagine, guys, Noah, you want to tell us what the investment is when it comes to the investment they're going to be getting into, what they're going to commit to for them to get a 6-figure job?
Yeah, thank you so much, Tayo. That was powerful. Like Tayo has extensively said, right? The investment here, if you recall when we did look at what the university would charge for a course, for example, one course, university will charge you minimum $4,200. And the value of this program is literally priceless. So from building these core skills to the experience, to helping you attract interview and going there to make them beg like, hey, give offer. You know what I mean? We're saying the total value of these things for us in our eyes is $12,752, right? But that's not all, because you're here today, right? We're going to give you a special offer. We're not going to charge you that. But I want you to really understand why we've put this value here, right? So for you to be able to go from, I actually don't have any experience working in tech. I want to build the right skills that will help me be able to function as a business analyst, project manager, scrum master, and attract a $120,000 opportunity. How much would you pay to learn the skills to be that valuable? Now, I want to know in the chat so we can have a discussion. Would you pay $6,200 to build the skills required? Remember, the university charged $80,000 and we've agreed many people don't actually know what to do with the degree they have. So is it value for you that we go 3 months with you, 12 weeks, as we said, 6 hours per week, and you get opportunity to build your skills in that way? Is $6,200 fair value to take you from no experience to becoming an experienced business analyst, project manager? Would you pay that? Would you put that value on it? Yes or no in the chat. It's very important for us to agree to disagree. Right? I want to know, team, tell us. Feedback, please. If we don't get feedback, we can end it, because it's important for us to know, like, hey, we only want to have conversation that makes sense, right? So again, to recap, we are going to go on the journey, show you the system that has put hundreds of people literally, and tomorrow we'll still put more people into jobs, and you have skills for life, feeling confident, solving problems for organization, getting multiple job offers in some cases, and changing your life. Is $6,200 value to build that skills for you? Okay, yes, I'm getting that. Now, we've said that many people can have skills and they are confident that you can do your job. Even some people from Nigeria, from Kenya, from Ghana, they are already skilled. They've done the job of a business analyst and all of that, project manager, scrum master already. So let's say you have the skills, assuming. Now, if we're saying, okay, I have the skills, but I'm struggling to get any opportunity because they're telling me, oh, no Australian experience. I can't get experience. I can't get a job. Nobody's even calling me for interview because I know I haven't worked in Australia before, thereby they're not going to give me opportunity. And somebody says, hey, come, I'm going to show you how to get that experience and make them call you for interview. Where that issue of I don't have experience is shattered, it's thrown into the bin. And you only have to invest $3,400. And plus, if you've never done the job before, I'm still going to show you how to acquire the right experience that organization want to pay you for. Will you pay $3,500? Will you invest that? Yes or no? please, in the chat. Yes or no? Is it value? Yeah, Adewale said yes. Yes, yes, so yes, so yes, so absolutely, right? It's a no-brainer because sometimes you may see this value and say, oh, I don't know why they are saying this money. Oh, and this money again. Oh, this and that. Now, let's go to the last one. Many of us have faced this. There are thousands of people literally that are facing this. And we're not there to solve this problem for everybody. We're not there to solve problem for everybody. Only select people that we like, we feel that they are our dream, because it's a journey for us. It's a journey for me, Tayo, and the entire team. Some of them are here. If we're not fit, if we're not aligned of value, we can't allow you come to our program because you will not work, you not do what is required. It will be a painful process for me, the brand that we're trying to build, the goal, the thing we're trying to solve, right? We will not be able to get success stories. So all of those things are important to us. Now, one major issue is that people either get ghosted, they apply to thousands of jobs or hundreds of jobs, no call back, nothing. Interview, they go there, they are feeling, oh, I don't have skills, I'm not sure I can express myself, or they are trembling in some cases. If you have a support system, like Ty has explained, that helps you attract interviews. We've shown you some interview that has not even happened. An interview happened today. We put the screenshot there, right? If we show you process of attracting more interviews and also going there feeling confident, like, oh, I can do the job. I'm here to solve problem for you. I didn't beg to come to this interview. Would you invest $2,992 for that system to know? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yeah, Adewale is our kind of guy. Tayo, what do you think? Karim? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We need to know your feedback, right? Yes or no? Now, these are all the things that now we are promising to help you, show you the system, right? That has worked. It's working today. We work tomorrow. We will continue to work, right? But if you don't know, you don't know. You can, continue to use your current vehicle that does not work. So that is how we've come about this. Say, when we saw all these things for you, the value is 12,752. But obviously, we didn't come here to come like, oh, this is about money for us. It's about impact. Tayo shared Fadila's story. Hopefully you saw even the Zoom call, you saw a baby. All the sessions, she was like that. She bet on herself. Today, we're giving you special offer to join the program. We started the program last week and we saw people understood their experience, their journey, and it was mind-blowing, it was emotional. We give you the special offer to join. We're not charging you $12,752. But that's not all, right? We both agree that all these things, right, is worth 12,000 plus more. This is somebody called Adeomi. She got an
Think
offer.
about like if you didn't get that guarantees from Femi, for example.
Yeah.
You're not going to go ahead, and who knows, like this opportunity is life changing.
Because of time. So Adewumi works as a business. She was referred. These are more people. If you look at all of them in Canberra, there are many people, right, on the call. Now, we know that all the things we've said, there are some people that even face other issues. We've seen so many different type of issues over the years. We've talked about Australian experience, but we want to also give you opportunity to claim 24-month experience, because that's typically the range that would help you attract a six-figure opportunity. If you have 6-month experience in Australia working, right, in a role like business analyst, project, it's not going to attract, you are not going to still be able to get $120,000. Even if you have 1 year, it may not be enough. We've seen that about 24-month experience works. Right? Plus, we're going to show you how to convert the things that you've done before into the experience that Australian companies will appreciate. Tayo showed you the system earlier where I was working through the project, different project that, is relevant in Australia. Tayo talked about CRM, ERP solutions, data migration project. We're going to talk about it and transition your current skills and experience into how you can talk about those things. And they're like, take my money, take our money and come and work and solve this problem for us. That is what this is about. We're going to give you as a bonus only if you join us today on the webinar. It's only in the webinar we offer this, and you have to be watching live to get this offer. Like, you leave here, nobody will, like some people, like the last webinar we gave a different offer, and some people were calling us 2 days after, like, no, Tayo, please, I want that offer. It's gone. It's literally gone, right? You're not going to get the same experience, right? Same thing here. For some people, they want to work with the team. We build solutions as well. We have partners with ACS, with Tech Visa. We're trying to make more partners. Even Queensland government, they're working with us to be able to amplify our impact, right? So we now have connections. Well, but we know that is not enough. Sometimes when you apply to jobs, they're going to send you case study. If you look at this is a case study. This is for Audi. We are putting recent offers here so that you can see, right? Offers that literally happened like within 1 month, 2 months ago, even this week. This is case study. Many organizations don't want people to just come and waste their time during interview. So they will send them case study, go and solve it, come and present, and we'll know if you can do the job. Now, you can't do it alone if you don't know what is required. So if you sign up in this webinar, this is another bonus. If you got one of these case study, we'll tag your name down that you registered during our webinar, and you will get opportunity to get that 1 hour session where we would work with you with reviewing the case study. I should say, once you have the skill set, you'll be able to do the case study, but we always want to review with you so you bring it to the right standard that will help you secure the job. That's what we did with Audi, for example, recently. That's what we did with for example, right? You can see the date, 27th of August, very, very recent. Audi has gotten a job already, right? Now, resume. Sometimes you need a bit of review on your resume. Maybe because of your experience, the things that you're putting in your resume is a bit weak. Like I mentioned, your project, your experience needs to be very solid for this market for you to get. So you can do everything in your resume, but if you don't have strong project, if somebody say, oh, I did a website, and somebody is saying, no, I implemented data migration, the data migration project is more solid. For example, those are the nuanced things that people don't know. It's like, I'm not getting interview, I'm not doing that. So we support you as well. Bonus 3, if you sign up today on this call, I should say, you will get this bonus as well on top of all the things we've talked about, where when you get into this situation, you know why this is valuable, because it is $157 per hour if you want a coach to sit down with you and review your, but we'll give you that value session for free, right? For free, but you have to sign up during the webinar. Yeah. Again, I want you to think about, comment yes or no, right? I do not want to try to figure case studies alone. I've talked about case study. I just want support. When I get that, I want support, yes or no. All right, case study. I've told you what it is and why it's important. I don't want to figure it on my own. Yes or no? Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Now, I want to show you one of our process. This is 4th bonus, the concept of elevator pitch. And for us as immigrant, some of the reasons why employers don't hire us, they think we have limited communication skills. And trust me, we've coached hundreds of people. We know the way we answer questions sometimes is a red flag, is a no-no. They're not going to hire us. So watch how Ernestina goes through elevator pitch, for example. Just watch.
Ayo, yes, I'm more than happy to tell you a bit more about myself. But before I get into that, I just want to take a minute and say thank you for having me here today, for your time, and for the opportunity to walk through my professional journey. My name is Hennessy, business analyst for the last 5 years. In that period, I've been quite privileged to work across various domains, ranging from IT, e-commerce, logistics, and transportation, within which I've also worked on very complex initiatives such as system migration, process improvement, HRIS, and CRM implementation.
Is there certainty in her voice? Was she like, right? This is our system to get you prepared. First impression, right? I was speaking to an HR and hiring manager over the weekend. She really talked about and emphasized this. Many people fail the first impression question. Tell me about yourself. How do you want to add value in this role? They can't even articulate. You're thinking on the spot, right? So you get this as a bonus where we would give you a secret weapon on how you can get to this level of fluency and more and better, right? Again, is that all you need? Now, assuming that you do all the things we say you should do, you're going to get opportunity. But remember, maybe you're not working as a business analyst now or PM. Where will you get the reference check to back up the experience that you've got? We are the only ones that can do it for you, right? So when you go through our program, and assuming you took us on this offer on the webinar, you get 24-month experience because of the combination of the learning you do weekly and your self-learning and working with the group, right? We can back you and say, hey, when your reference check comes in, right, we will do it for you. I want to give you, and this is my email, I'll give you a snip, like okay, I can't find my email now. Even today, reference check came in that I did. For you to understand why it's so important, we do this. It takes about an hour for us to do reference check for people. So super important. You can't do reference check from support work to get a 6-figure opportunity. And God forbid, they tell you, you've now done an amazing job in interview, you've passed, please send us your reference. You want to send them your colleagues that are not going to describe what you've done well, or your experience, you didn't work together, and that ruins the chances for you. So it's super important to know that reference check is a major order if you want to get professional corporate. It's not the type you can just formulate, like in other roles, like support work, factory work, all of those things. They verified. We're registered here because you'll be working with our registered partner. You'll be able to verify your reference with us. Again, you only get that bonus when you sign up, bonus 5. Now, bonus 6. This is one of my favorite ones. You just get unlimited access to the community. You can see people rejoicing, helping each other. If you hear the things that Fadila said earlier, we showed you, calling out some of our friends, our group members that were a source of support. It's not just me, Tayo, and the coaches and the team that will support you. You literally have community and alumni, people that are working now, helping you. See when Ernestina got a job, right? People congratulating her. See when Laura got a job. See when Audie got a job. See when Faith job, and many more, right? We support each other in our community. We are helpful. And that brings me to the other point. We don't want to work with selfish people, right? So if you're a selfish person, we don't want you in our community, because all the people that we work with, we are always clear before they come in, like, hey, when you succeed, lend a hand to others, share your story, inspire others. And that's why we can share proof here. If we came here and just blabbed and not share real people that are getting results, probably dial off since. So we also want that, because we're going to do a good job for you, and the way we can keep our prices low compared to what the university cannot even do a quarter of, is that the people we serve and they get that opportunity, then share our message to other people, to their network. So we don't need to now spend on ad, spend on tools, spend on marketing or whatever. It's organic. So I hope that makes sense. So you get access here. Again, that's another. So just to give you a bit of what the support looks like. This is Tejiri, for example. Tejiri went through different situations. And if you look at this is 1st of September. I'm sure we're very familiar with dates, right? So 1st of September, literally 2 weeks ago, that's when he started this job. And he talked about the support that we provided. Thank you so much, Tayo and Noah, for your immense care and concern throughout my journey as a business owner. No, I'll never forget those hours you spent on calls with me, always encouraging and helping me keep going. Tayo, your thoughtful messages and Bible verse sent were a true source of comfort, inspiration. You can see it's because what? We care. Right? It's because we care. And this is what we're saying. We will do everything to support your journey, but would you also support other people when you get the benefit? That is what makes sense to us. It's not about whatever. If you pay and join us, the real value is when you shine and you open doors for other immigrants coming behind. That is the goal and the journey, because that allows us achieve our goal. Our objective is to get a generation of immigrants that are thriving, and it was because of Sync Skills. Right? So to recap the bonus you will get, on top of all the things we've said, you get bonus 1. You solve your Australian work experience, get 24-month worth of experience, 2 years with proof on a validated Australian registered company. Right? Bonus 2, right? Bonus 2, we talked about your resume, your project that will be strong enough to attract that opportunity, right? Bonus 3, you get project review, and that we talked about the case study that they will send to you as well. Very important. Bonus 4, your pitch. So you are crisp, you're direct, you're giving the right information, you're not rigid like I was a few years ago, and I lost a lot of opportunity. Bonus 5, reference check. Super important to this process. Without reference check, you may be good, you lose all the opportunity. Bonus 6, our community. The community is the most important thing for us. We're building a community of builders, people that believe in themselves and are trying to shape the future. That is priceless to us. So if you enroll today, right on this call, you get all these bonus. If you don't enroll today, you can still enroll, but all you get is all the things that we talked about up until this point that equally gets you the job. But if you now need all of these other things, you've got to just pay the value for it, right? So all the things I mentioned now, you just pay the value at that stage. This is Esosa. Esosa worked in aviation before, came here, was difficult to get tech job. Now he's working, right? He's based in Sydney, part of the community as well. Can see his message when he got his job. Congratulations, Esosa, blah, blah, blah. We support each other. That is the main. So you have 2 choices. 1, take no action, remain the same. Very easy. You go back, you say, oh, I learned a lot today. I take no action, you move on. 2, you invest today. As I said, your life changes forever because you're going to become a new person, learn, see what is possible. And every single day you try to do point 1, which is not taking action, you're going to be flushing money down the drain. I tell you, right? Because you are now working out, trading your time for money rather than trading your value for money and even any more. If you're doing a job where you're using your muscle and you're serving one-on-one, 1-on-2, whatever, you can't make a lot of money. That's the truth. Investing with other people's money. I remember somebody that wanted desperately to join, and I sent him account details then, and he was like, Noah, please, can you send me the link? I want to use credit card to pay. That was the first time I really saw somebody on our program was wanting to pay with credit card. When I thought about it later, my coach explained the concept of OPM. I realized what he did was he didn't have money at the time, but he was ready to bet on himself that I would invest in this. Before I even have to pay the money back, I expect to have gotten my transformation. He committed to it and got it, right? So, but other people are comfortable taking credit card loans to buy car, bags, other things, disposable. And after a few years, they don't like it anymore, they dispose it, right? The best investment you do is the investment on yourself. And I always say that our program is worth more than you taking a mortgage to buy a beautiful house or buying a car, Tesla, Lamborghini, whatever it is. Because when you invest on yourself, you now develop and increase your value in a way that the market pays you more continuously. You can appreciate faster than your house. When you buy your house is trying to go back to the sand. So you're spending money to innovate and do that. So investing in 180 days of transformation can change your life. And we've seen so many people learn skills to change their life, secure job offer, like Laura talked about that, and many more. And they will continuously have these skills, grow their network, innovate, and maybe start their business. We've seen that happen as well. And you know what can happen? Money is a tool. You can't use your money to keep warm or cold, eat it or sleep with it. You only exchange your money for value. You will not understand it, but recently there was a cyclone that happened in Queensland, I think around March. You may have money in your account, but where everywhere is locked down, if you did not stock up and have food, nobody is willing to give you their stuff, even if you had money. So you only use money to exchange value. And that's what we're saying here. Become more valuable and you'll be able to exchange your skill set for more money rather than trading your time, raking in the hours just to exchange money. And also you can use your money and keep it and do disposable stuff, or rather than invest, right, in yourself to increase your value and earn more. The choice is what is yours, right? Many people are happy to spend 5K plus on vacation. Hey, I had a beautiful time, whatever, spend it, move on, then they go work many hours to get out. Or some people like Oma would give themselves the program. I remember she said, this was my birthday gift, and I didn't understand what that meant. She was like, I asked her again, what do you mean you gave yourself Sync Skills program as your birthday gift? If you want to hear an answer, go and check Tara and our podcast on YouTube. We've not posted it, I must say, yet, but it's coming. She gave a profound response, and you understand why. Now she works in a job that pays her $130,000. She was a nurse earning very less and burning energy. So that was the best investment she ever did. That's what she said, right? So I understand that many people will not be comfortable investing in their personal development. That's what separates the rich versus the poor. Charlie Munger will say it like, the best investment you do is when you pour your money in your head. Pour your money in your head, your life will change. In my own personal journey, it has been true as well. I paid my coach just $5,000 for a 2-month coaching. I never met him for that coaching, but I learned things that have changed my life, literally, right? Changed Tayo's life as well. And then I had the opportunity to meet him when he came to Australia. This is him holding my kid. It was a surreal moment for me. I love reading a lot, and I've learned a lot from mentors. So I understand that the transformation happens in the transaction. I've met Pius. Pius told me, the day I told Pius, you're going to pay extra if you don't take this program seriously, right? And he thought I was joking. And after 2 months, something happened. He came back and was like, no, can I join the interview? I said, no, I told you last time you have to pay. And I thought he won't pay. Then he paid. And he said, no, when he got the job, he said, what moved me was I paid that money and I was like, I can't let this money go to waste, right? And I'm like, yeah, you get it. The transformation happen in transaction. Sometimes people need to invest and know that, yeah, I pay this, I want to make sure I get the best benefit. Because the job we do is very hard, to be honest. And that's why I've said we only want to work with people we like. In fact, if you come to our program and you're not a fit, we will tell you, we're sorry, we cannot work with you, right? Because that's not the community that we're trying to build. We're building a brand. You can check us out. We're going places. These are the people we serve. Some of the people, this was our event in Sydney, and I know some people have like, what does it take to start? What does it take to start? Yes, you've got 10 minutes, right? You've got 10 minutes. You go to the link. You can see it today. To recap the value of what I've said plus the bonus. I don't want to recap all the bonus. To recap all the things we've said and Tayo has said and I've said, plus the bonus I offered you only for this webinar access, comes down to 22,000 plus. You can see it. Now it's your turn. You've got 10 minutes. All you need to do to get started today is to visit this link. You're going to get it in the chat for convenience. And you have 10 minutes on the clock, right? After 10 minutes, the timer stops. We literally close this webinar. So this webinar is going to end in 10 minutes. So if you want to take action, please check the chat. We're going to give you opportunity to join. Now, you may not have everything 5,000 now. Again, outside of this webinar, you cannot pay installment, right? True story. I know some of you may have inquired or seen you can't pay installment, but we're giving you opportunity because we started our cohort, September cohort, last weekend. We've not really done anything much. It's just getting to know each other. So you can join that cohort, pay installment, you lock in your spot with $1,000. The link is here for those of us that want to join. Now, I'm going to get Tayo to answer some of your FAQs. We have questions. We know the questions some people would have, right? And first one, yeah, so Tayo's going to go. But you remember, you have less than 9 minutes now.
All right, guys, amazing. We've shown you everything from the Skill Up course system to Experience Magnet framework, but I want to answer some of your questions because I know you guys would have a lot of questions, but feel free to drop some more questions in the group chat if you have. One of the most popular questions we get is, will this work for me, even if I have no prior IT background or any degree? Yes, yes, and yes. The answer is yes. You can definitely, it would work for you. I had no prior experience in tech. I studied professional accounting. I studied human resource management. It would work for you. Now, I got a question in the chat that was from Adewale. If you can pay, but we cannot start now or join the cohort, can we still pay? Well, yes, definitely you can lock in your spot. If you don't want to join the September cohort, you can lock in your spot for sure, but the offer only is if you do it today. So if you don't, then that's it, it's gone. So I hope that answered your question, Adewale. The other question is, assuming I haven't worked professionally before, can I do this? Yes, and yes, you can do this. All of the skill up system, because even though we believe that you've got some skills, i.e., we all communicate on this call, right? We've all solved problem before. We've all lodged a visa application. We've all thought about something. You've all planned events. You've all done something before. Definitely, that means you've got some skills in there that is relevant. So whether you've worked professionally before, home and abroad, this would work for you so long you commit to the learnings. Okay, this is not magic. If you don't show up in class, we're going to send you away. Just joking, but we're not going to take it very lightly with you. We only, like Noah mentioned, we only work with people that have the passion, the need, the pain. Because guess what? You come on board, you don't take it seriously, then the team would have to spend time chasing you. The time are meant to spend on people who are actually very serious. So yes, that's not an issue. Is this a physical training? No, it is not a physical training. It is done virtually. We support people across Australia, UK, Canada, and America. So this is done via Zoom from 5 p.m. Queensland time to 8 p.m. Queensland time on Thursday and Friday. Am I able to secure a fully remote role? This is another very popular question. The answer is it depends on what the company is looking for. Are there opportunities? Yes. If you have the skill, can you get a remote role? 100%. But that's not something that either you or myself or the team can control. It depends on what the company is looking for. As an example, I mentioned I work from home. That's because my company allows it. Some of our students, they have to do hybrid, but this is Australia, there's flexibility. So yes, there is an opportunity for you to work from home. Now, what is the time commitment? How much of my time is required for me to get skilled up with Sync Skills? Again, the training sessions on Thursdays and Fridays from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. We need you to fully commit to that time. Now, where there are exceptions, of course, the sessions are recorded. You can access the recorded session, but we strongly encourage you to please join the live sessions, guys. Imagine someone's giving you an opportunity to join a live session to say, hey, I have a question. You can definitely answer you can ask your question during the class, and then you can pretty much connect to other people in the class as well. Why can't we join and make first payment on Friday? Ayo, I'm going to assume that that's a very funny question. It's just like you saying that you go to Coles, can I pick up your grocery and come back to pay the next day, right? So if you don't enroll in something or commit to something, then you can't get access to it, okay? So I'm just going to assume that that was a little bit of yeah. So no, the answer is no. You got to make a commitment and then join the program. So we know that you're able to commit to the program. Okay.
Oh, congratulations. Yeah.
Who was that? All right, amazing. I'm getting confirmation from the team that we've just got about 5 people joining. Amazing. Okay, Genio is just putting his notification here, but congratulations to all 5 of you plus Genio on top. Noah, where are you going to? Congratulations to you guys. Amazing. Congratulations coming on board. Successful. This is great. So there's Genio as well, so that makes it 6. Guys, we got about 3 more minutes. So 3 minutes, 54 seconds before this goes. I'm gonna very quickly.
Ayo, was Ayo going to clarify? Were you saying that you wanted to join on Friday or something? Make first.
No. He's saying join on Thursday, then pay on Friday. I think that's what he's saying. But are you happy to clarify? Please clarify in the group chat.
Oh, okay. Look, if you want. If you want to join, yeah, I sense that maybe that was what, yeah. All right. Look, this offer on the call is exclusive for this webinar. You can always join anytime, like pay and join, but the bonus especially that we are giving you is exclusive for you guys that spend. It's not fair that you all join this session. We've gone through it. You could have been watching or doing any other thing, right? But you're here. We want to give you an exclusive offer. Not people that will rewatch or people that want to just join whenever it's convenient for them. So that's why. Yeah, so lock something down and we can work out the rest, right? But don't miss out the opportunity. Congrats to all the people that have joined so far. Lovely. You've taken a big step. Amazing.
Okay. What other questions have we got? Ayo, hopefully that clarified your question. You got me panicking over there thinking you wanted to join the class without making a commitment to it. Otherwise, how do I know that you're going to show up next week if you don't commit to it? But anyway, it's always good to clarify things. And yeah, that if you would like to come on board, Ayo, and you just have tech issues, I'm happy to make an exception for you where you get to do it manually, meaning transfer. So Lulu, can you get into Ayo's DMs and just send him the bank account so he can make the transfer and solve all the tech issues with the bank card if that's going to work. Okay, so Kiki says, is there a concession to date? I am at work at the fixed training times most times. So meaning your Thursdays and Fridays are currently booked. Is that correct? So you currently occupied working 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Thursdays and Fridays, yeah? Okay. So the dates don't move, they're static. However, like I mentioned, the sessions are recorded. Is there an opportunity for you to be able to do alternate days? As an example, have days where you can prioritize the classes. So you can talk. Is there an opportunity for you to be able to talk to them at work? Because guys, for this to work, you need to be able to commit to it. However, there's always an opportunity. You can always recap the classes. We all learn differently. We give you our best option, which is we want you to be in the classes. But Adiza, one of our students, called me today. She went and recapped. She actually did a self-paced version of this. She didn't have time to join the classes. She watched the classes, and today she just asked us for reference check. So it's absolutely up to you. Both options work. The sessions are recorded. You can recap. I'm pretty sure, Kiki, you join one class, you're going to tell your boss, guys, you need to move my schedule. I don't want to miss out. I want to be in the community. I want to be able to ask questions. So the answer is yes, it can work. All the sessions are recorded, but the dates don't move, okay? So you'd have access, you do your assessment, you come and present, you get everything that you need. Adewale, I've got 12 seconds. What's same here? What do you mean by same here? Is it to Kiki's question in terms of your time commitment, your time schedule? Which one?
Oh, guys.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to give another 5 minutes to just round up, please.
Okay. Thanks, Noah. So, Adewale, what was your question? Same here. Was that to Kiki's question, or was that to Ayo's difficulty? Which one? So please, guys, tell me. All right, while Adewale is trying to type, the other question was, what's the time commitment? I already mentioned that. I have certifications. Can I just get interview prep? The system works together. So that's a no. We need to, if you have certifications, that doesn't tell me that you've got the skills. Esosa, for example, the guy that Noah showed you, if you go to Tayo Noah podcast, he spoke extensively on how he thought his certification was going to get him a job. Employers don't care about your certification. Everyone can present certification, but can you do the job? Are you even going to get called, first of all, if you're not doing the right thing? Okay, terrific, Adewale, thank you for confirming that. Is it possible to secure a 120K plus job? Oh, good Lord. Yes, and yes. Yes, and yes. Okay, guys, I know you guys are requesting for the Zoom recording, but it's not going to do you a lot of benefit because after this session, it's gone. So I appreciate that you want to recap this session, but if you're wanting to come on board, you got to take an action on this call. And Noah's gracefully giving us about 3 minutes. So thanks, Noah, for giving us some more time again. Okay, we've just had some more people come on board. Wow, that's amazing. Congratulations to all of you guys again. I've just got 3 more people come on board. Congratulations, this is amazing. We cannot wait to work with you. And I'm pretty sure you commit to the program, you're going to get your outcome. If you don't commit to the program, we're going to come to your house and fight. That's for sure. You have to. You don't have a choice than to commit. You have to commit because we need to see to the end. So this is not I just come on board, I give up. You would not be allowed to give up. No one gives up in our world. You have to do it. So congratulations to you guys. What other question have I got in there? How advantageous would this be for a registered electrician? I guess the question is, what does a registered electrician want? Does a registered electrician want to secure a 6-figure job? You answer my question. Does a registered electrician have an appetite to work in a job that does not require them to use their muscle all the time? That would determine, because benefit at the end of the day is relative. So it depends on what you're looking for. So tell me what your needs are, and let's see if this is a best fit for you, okay? But if what I think you're asking is in relation to your prior experience, it doesn't matter what you've done or what you haven't done. You're going to be rebuilding a whole new system within yourself. You're going to be getting a new belief and seeing what is possible, if that's your question. So Ajete, can I get you to clarify or answer my first 2 questions, what your goals are and what you're looking for in terms of what you've done in the past? Okay, guys. Okay, so Ayo, can you confirm that you have the details in your DMs? can you confirm that you're all good? Otherwise, because we're rounding up in 1 minute. Thank you all so much. Congratulations to everyone who's come on board. Now you want to drop some congratulatory text for them in the group chat. This is a bold step.
I'm doing the Trump dance.
Well done, guys. Well done.
Congratulations, people. You've taken the step. Well done, guys. So look, I know some of you are at work. And if you want to, we're gonna give you opportunity to catch up on the recording for only 48 hours, and then I'm not sure. I will talk to the team, but I'm not sure we would allow this same offer for people rewatching the recording. But we'll see. But it's better to lock it now, or you regret it later, maybe.
Yeah, very quickly, Noah. Anne just mentioned, just had a question. You said the classes will be on Thursdays and Fridays. Yes, it's 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Queensland time. 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Queensland time. So I hope that answered your question.
I think we should not just focus on the mechanics. Focus on how can I make this work, guys. We've seen people that have come on board, watch the catch up, and even the current cohort. There are some people that can't make all the classes, but they've committed. I'm going to go watch it and come and work with my group. Remember, it's not just the class alone, right? You're going to work in small groups to develop the things that are said. So you catch up with the recording at your time and work with your group. It's a whole transformative program. Do not make 5 p.m. to whatever time, be the hindrance for you.
Yeah.
Like, people have made this work. And I'm telling you. Okay.
All right.
That's it, guys. Thank you so very much for spending your time. We did try. We gave you all bonus for staying here, but we appreciate you all for standing here and spending your time. We hope you got value. Let us know if you got value, irrespective. You can, if you're struggling with interviews or getting interview, please, you can check jobos.ai. We posted it earlier in the link. That's for free. Check it out. Use it, and you can start to attract a bit more interviews. But what's getting interview if you're not prepared and have the right skills? But let us know what your thoughts are. Leave us feedback. Let us know. Did you get value? Value? Yes, no, yes. Help us with the feedback, and then that will be it. Thank you also very much.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.